Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching.
It's the house!
Yeah. Had the technical difficulties last night. Oh, how's it going? Today's a new day. Yeah, it was weird. Last night I lost this. You see, the StreamYards is web-based, so I shut it down on accident, and then I opened it back up, and I wasn't sure how to get back into the studio. So I joined the studio again, and then it made me. I was in there twice, and then it didn't let me remove the one. So it just kept going echo, echo, echo. So then I did another short stream to thank everybody. What I wasn't able to do was do the spin. I forgot actually on that second stream, so I'm gonna do the spin for the notebook. Where the heck is that? Wheel of Names. There we go. That was an old. So there you go. Shovel, 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 shovel. So here's the notebook for yesterday. Wait, you can't see. Hold on. Look at that. Don't be a dumpster fire. Beat out all the... Snuck in there. All right. Pretty good. So don't be a dumpster fire. You've won the notebook. So send me an email with your address and name and everything, and then we'll ship it off. So hold on. Let me try to figure this out again. There we go. There we go. There's something I wanted to see what you guys thought of this idea I had in the Idaho case. I thought it was sort of interesting. You know how, like, when people get in their car, sometimes you don't just drive away right immediately, right? Oh, is that who? Was that Aussie Trisha? Oh boy, that notebook just cost me like $30. It's okay though. That's the most expensive place to send it. I think one of them took like a month to get to Zozo. It was on a ship somewhere for a while. It's pretty weird. Hello, are you guys ready for the show? Let me know. Okay, there you go. Yeah, what I was thinking about was, you know, when the DoorDash guy, he gets back, let's say the key fob sound is the sound of the DoorDash. you know, the other one's at like 4 o'clock and I don't know if it was like 30 seconds or so. I guess I have the let's see, open up Excel. Right there. I have the DoorDash in here. Yeah, so it's 4:27, 4 o'clock and 27 seconds. And then 4 o'clock and 28 seconds. But what if you sat there for a few minutes, you know, doing whatever? Just sitting in that parking lot, doing something with the... And didn't leave until like 4:04 and something. And that's why the White Elantra does a 3-point turn. And that's why the video wasn't shown to us on the Dateline special. Because if you notice, you know, people keep typing in the comments, "Hey Gray, why didn't they show the DoorDash? Why didn't they show the DoorDash?" And I think they probably didn't want people to see that. But what if it coincides perfectly with the... Because what they were missing also was when the Elantra came into the complex at 4:05 and then did its first... No, when it came in, and then it does a 3-point turn back here. It didn't show it when it came in. So I was wondering if the reason they didn't show that is because that is exactly when the DoorDash left. That it didn't leave exactly at right when you hear the key fob. He got in the car, you know, checked some shit, whatever. 3 minutes later, takes off. Then we have the Elantra come back here and do a 3-point turn because he was parked there. And then, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say because maybe he wasn't parked there, but he saw that he was just leaving at that point. And that's why they can't show that surveillance footage from 1112 King Road. Hello? Anybody there? Yeah. Yeah, so let's say, you know, because the thing is Dateline did not release the time when the Elantra came in on its 4th and final pass, just before it did its 3-point turn, and then came back and then did another 3-point turn. It didn't show that coming in. And they also didn't show the DoorDash. So wouldn't that be interesting if somehow that's where the overlap was, and they didn't want to reveal that the DoorDash driver perhaps saw him and it wasn't, because the other time it would be, I don't believe it was 3:59 as the documents say. But hey guys, as you know, on this channel every single night we try to raise funds. We're currently at 0 on this show, so if you have the ability to help support the channel, that'd be great. It's always makes me nervous when the show starts off absolutely at a blank number for a while. So if you guys have the ability to do that, that would be awesome. Yeah, let's see. Got to open up the... Yeah, we're at 000000000 all the way through. So that might actually explain why the Dateline doesn't have that footage, because it was kind of bothering me. Why didn't they show it coming back in? And then they also don't show the DoorDash. And maybe because they're at the same time. Okay, I guess we got a coffee. Thank you. No, he doesn't have a secret twin, Joseph. We have a guy in here named Mike who writes we have humorous posts. You probably read it and thought it was real. Let's see. Hi everyone. Why would he kill sleeping kid? Why would he kill sleep? I don't know what that means. Hey, thanks, Linda Howe. As in Linda Molden Howe of the Cattle Mutilations and Crop Circles. Yeah, see, somebody believed it, Mike. And the new one will be that that they're going to transplant the dog Murphy's brain into a Elon Musk computer, and we'll be able to see what Murphy saw. Unfortunately, it takes the life of Murphy, but I'm sure a lot of the pro-burgers out there are okay with that, just to try to get the glimpse of what he may have seen. Yeah. Yeah, so I was trying to see, like, listening to around this time, I hear something. It seems like it's a vehicle. So, like at 4:03. .404. I just want to hear if there's something. Because he wanted to, Hannah. Well, I don't even understand the question. It's just, well, weird. He made a lot of different. Made a lot of mistakes. He's not a genius. He couldn't control his want to do it. But whoever it is did the same thing, right? So even if you don't believe it's Kohberger, the killer who was driving the white Elantra is the killer. Okay, because right when it parked at 408, the killings happened between 408 and 420, and therefore whoever was driving the white Elantra is the killer. So whoever it is decided to do it regardless, because the white Elantra was driving around and noticed it. So it's not like, well, why would Kohberger do that? It's, why would any killer do it? Well, we know they did that, so who cares what the reason is? You know. Thank you, Deidre. And also, only Chevys. Thank you. See, right there you hear a car. However, let's check something out. 40... God, it's so great having this timeline, you know. A vehicle matching the description of vehicle 1 is seen southbound on King Road. So at 4:04:56, the vehicle just came off of Willanta Drive and is pulling in on King Road. So what time do we have it? Is it right here? Let's see. It seemed like it was close. Look at that. 4:04 and 58 seconds. So it's almost like you can hear it. Let's see. So maybe that's the vehicle on... Huh. That's weird. That's weird. So is that what you can actually hear the car when it pulls in? It's hard to tell if one's going, what direction it's going. So is that the Elantra driving away? And then also the DoorDash driving away, and then also the Elantra coming in? Because right there, that's the sound of the car coming into the complex. And then at 4:05:31, we see it right back here. Watch. See it? 4:05. Can you guys even see? Thanks, Lad B73. See it right here. So that's interesting. So I don't know if you can hear like both cars back in the background. I can hear that sound though. That's a vehicle, and the sound matched when it came in. Let's do an experiment on other times. I haven't done this before on here. So let's go back to. I guess I have to. Let me import the other. The one from 3. There it is, that one. No, that's not it. There it is. Hey, thanks for gifting a membership, Momosaurus Bear 64, and Valerie, your channel is one of a kind. Great animation and timeline visual. Hey, thank you. Yeah, for some reason though, a lot of people don't see it. You know, they haven't. It's pretty bizarre. I have to admit, you know. I mean, you know what somebody said under the video that I just did? They said, "Gray, so hey, what time did the car?" You know, what time did it do the 3-point turns, and then what time? And I go, it was in the video. It was actually in the video itself. Did you watch it, or did you? I mean, it's pretty wild. You know, it's like it's in the video, and the average watch time is 10 minutes on a 23-minute video. So then you realize that some people just don't watch it and they scroll around, and then why are you asking a question then? You should have just watched the video. You would have got all your answers. I would say if you watched that entire video, you'd have a really good understanding of sort of the basic. It was only 23 minutes long. It showed you the key moments of the Elantra driving around. There's more out there. And then it shows the, you know, what could have happened in the house. And then he exits and then drives away at a high rate of speed. It's really clear. It's not difficult or anything to... So let's go, let's see what time another instance up here when it says a vehicle southbound on King Rose. This is 3:30 and 22 seconds. So if we go to 3:30 and 22 seconds on here, can we hear that sound in the background just like we did a second ago? So let's just play it from right here. Right here. That's quieter. That's wild. Let me see. So it's 3:30 and 22 seconds. And then you'll see the car back here at 3:30:55. But that time it didn't make that same sound in the background. It could just be driving a lot slower, I guess. See, now you can see the light coming back. Let's try it on one of the other time frames. So that was 3:30 and 22 seconds. And this one's 3:38:34. Yep. 3:38:34. Let's see if we can hear it on that one. I wonder if it's just he's driving so much slower. Because if you remember, on that last one, he does it way quicker. 3:35, but then he does turn around. It does a 3-point turn, so I don't know of it. So the first one up here was, 9 miles an hour. And then the next one was 10 miles an hour. Then I guess this one is 10.38, and then this one was sort of a guess at 9.2. But yeah, I mean, it's I'm just trying to figure out why we can't hear it now, though. Let's see. So then if we go to 356.24, we should be able to hear the car. If not, I guess that could mean it's the DoorDash guy. So 356.24 coming up. Thank you, Valerie. Jeez. See, now you can hear it. See that? Now you can hear it. But now it makes me want to go back to the other one. Because look at that, at 4:04 and 56 seconds, I think it is. Right there. That's a similar event. At 4:04:56, you can hear a vehicle on that one. Watch. Or listen, I guess. Right here, let's just go to 4:04:48. Hear that? You could hear it, right? You could hear the sound of a vehicle there. So that's interesting. What does that mean? Does that mean the DoorDash delivery guy is just leaving? I mean, here's the thing, you guys. I mean, this is crazy. All right, so let me just try to work through this for a second. So it could be that the DoorDash driver. Let's go over here. So that's the DoorDash driver right here at that time, and at the same time, the suspect vehicle is coming in like this. So that means as the car was coming around, the DoorDash driver is leaving right here, and that's where they passed. So it wouldn't be right in there, I guess. If that is what that is, but let me think about it a different way. No, the thing is I guess if you can hear it, well, if you can hear it there, then that must mean it's driving by the Linda Lane in the background right over there, which is just seconds before a car would be here. I don't know. That's weird. So, I mean, I would throw the possibility out there that the DoorDash driver was still there, just, 3 or 4 minutes later, after Koberger drove around like this. He's leaving here and he's driving slow because he's monitoring the house. The DoorDash driver pulls in and he sees it. So he's slowly over here and he goes, oh shit, and he does a U-turn right here. Does a U-turn and comes back really quickly. And that's at 4 o'clock and 14 seconds. He's going like this, comes around, and he still sees that the car's there, which I've already said that. Then it drives around, all the way around, and then it's spotted over here on Ridge Road, comes around like this, back around, and then up, and then at 4:04 and 20 seconds, it's spotted right back here, and then it pulls into here at, I think it's when the vehicle's right there, at 4:04 and 56 seconds. It's right here, but at the, oh, see, that's the way to look at it. I think we figured out that timing before, that it's when the vehicle's right there is the timing that they put down. So 3:04 and 56 seconds, it's here. And then what if the DoorDash is out there creating the sound here? meaning they might have passed right in this area, so they didn't want to show the vehicle, maybe there's lights, maybe they pass even like right here. It's hard to say, but I think there is a possibility that the DoorDash driver was still there and he saw him leaving, and that's why he goes, oh crap, it does a 3-point turn over here, drives back slowly and looks more at the property. Then he does another 3-point turn here and he comes back around. But see, the reason I'm saying that is because there's no footage of the DoorDash video anywhere. It's not out there. And there's no footage of the original entry of the 4th pass of suspect vehicle 1. And I find that interesting. They showed all the other ones, but they didn't show that one. And is it because that one shows 2 vehicles and they don't want that information out there? So there you go. Just a thought I had earlier today. Not some wild, crazy conspiracy. If we implant the dog's brain into maybe a monkey, it might start talking and saying what it said. All right? It's kind of interesting, though, right? Because, sometimes you don't just drive right away. You might have something you're doing, like texting somebody, or, maybe it's kind of late in the morning, or early in the morning, I guess, to do that, but who knows, right? I'm just saying it's possible that car, even though he got back into the car at 4 o'clock and 27 seconds, he could have sat there for another 3.5, 4 minutes doing something. Who knows? Maybe filling in the order, whatever it is. What are you smiling about, eh? You happy to be here? I've unblocked a lot of people, so there might be a lot of work for the trolls. I mean, not a lot of work for. They're going to cause a lot of work for the mods in here. Who knows? I unblocked 100 people at least. Some of them I don't even remember anything. And I'm sure there's people that were just blocked because they had a crappy moment in a show. But hey, guys, I need you guys' support in here. We're still, way down there. So if you guys have the ability to help support the channel, that would be great. As a matter of fact, today I talked to Dr. Colleen Fitzpatrick, and she got a hold of the Baumeister coroner out there, and they were talking about it. So it sounds like we might be able to be doing something. Also, the case with the... so it was like they had a good conversation, and hopefully we get to work on some cases there. And cases cost anywhere between $5,000 and $6,000. Those are the ones we've put over $100,000 in those funds, and the only way to make that happen is if people like you are supporting my channel, allows me to keep doing this, and then I take the ad revenue and the super chats and all that at the end of the month and give away thousands of dollars to various funds and charities that we do. I know I keep saying the same thing, but I want it to sort of stick in your heads that we need your guys' support to be able to do this. Not just a few people, carrying the channel every single day. I need everybody to be like, hey, yeah, let's do this. It's kind of what we do. All right. So that's something that's going to be happening. Then we have she just told me that 3 of the cases that we're funding are all in kind of pretty good places right now. Remember the one with the kid that was killed? I think it was Florida. I can't remember exactly where it was, but he had the bike, and then remember whoever killed him maybe shaved his pubic hair, or maybe he did it. We don't really know, but he was an unidentified kid. Maybe he's 15 years old, maybe something like that. I guess we don't really know how old the person was, but he was killed, and there was a bike next to him that had been stolen. So that case is, we've got 500 and something picograms, and they probably, I think they can work with that. Then we also have another case. There's a person that was found in a tent that was unidentified, that we're just identifying just a person. And then the other one is the torso case, where there was a torso found in Indiana. The body was buried, and now we've got that one's in moving forward too. Turns out, though, that the Baumeister coroner knows that person. And did anybody hear what I just said a second ago? Thank you. Jesus. It's wild. Okay, so we're going to... Let's just read the... Let's see, the new documents. There's nothing, they're just, you know, those 2-pagers, 3 pages. All right, so let's just do them one at a time, see what they're about. Comes now the state of Idaho. This is notice of compliance by and through the Latah County Prosecuting Attorney, and hereby provides notice that the state has filed a log spreadsheet identifying which defense exhibits the state is objecting to and the basis of objection, and those to which there are no objections, all pursuant to the court's October 8, 2024 unredacted sealed order governing further criminal proceedings and notice of trial setting. Let's see. The state inquired regarding the relevance of several defense exhibits and was unable to obtain a response from the defense counsel. Consequently, the state has noted relevance objections to the exhibits. In addition, the state is unclear which exhibits will be relied upon at the guilt phase versus the penalty phase. The state has noted objections to the exhibits being offered in the guilt phase. The state reserves the right to object to any of the listed exhibits in the if the exhibits are offered for another purpose than what was previously discussed with defense counsel on May 8th, 2025. I guess we don't know what those are. Thanks, Flora Poste. This was motion to permit mitigation witness to watch trial. Comes now Brian Koberger by and through his attorneys of record, and hereby moves this honorable court to amend its exclusion orders in this case to permit mitigation phase witnesses to watch the trial. This motion is based on the fact that the evidentiary rules do not apply to the mitigation phase as this court has previously ruled. Additionally, the purpose of the exclusion of witness rules does not apply to the mitigation phase. The purpose of IRE 615 is to allow courts to prevent witnesses from shaping their testimony. Right. That's why a lot of times you don't want somebody watching the trial before they testify, because they might alter what they say to match stuff that they've heard. So the purpose of IRE 615 is to allow courts to prevent witnesses from shaping their testimony to confirm to or to rebut the prior testimony of other witnesses. States versus Huntsman, blah, blah, blah. The vital importance of requesting witnesses is recognized as a foundational element of due process in American jurisprudence. The United States Supreme Court observed that this practice, which goes back to our inheritance of the common Germanic law, serves two purposes. It exercises a restraint on witnesses, tailoring their testimony to that of earlier witnesses, and it aids in detecting testimony that is less than candid. In the mitigation phase, the witnesses are not true fact witnesses, as the guilt phase. They are intended to provide accounts of events that are disputed, and thus the concern for tailoring their testimony does not exist. While it is unclear that the mitigation witnesses will want to watch any part of the trial, there's no reason to penalize them if they do. This court is therefore requested to amend its earlier exclusion-related orders to permit them to watch the trial. Hey, thanks, Shayna. And thanks, Allie Cake. And we currently have just one new channel member tonight. So if you don't want to help support me, maybe you could get some channel memberships, which helps me too, but it also gets somebody else a member who isn't one. So there's that one. Defendant notice of compliance comes now. Brian Koberger, by and through his attorney of record, and hereby provides notice that the defense has submitted a letter with attachments for in-camera review to the court in compliance with the document and records hold order. Whatever. I don't know what that even is referring to. Notice of compliance comes now. The state of Idaho, by and through the Latah County prosecuting attorney, and hereby provides notice that in response to the court's document and records hold order dated May 15, 2025, the state has lodged with the court for in-camera review an ex parte letter with attached exhibits. The state has provided the court with documentation of distribution and receipt of the court order to involved agencies as ordered. What is it? What are they saying? I mean, like, do we get to watch this when they say in-camera review? Or just via camera, not, you don't have to go to court. Motion to seal defendant's evidence in support of offer of proof regarding alternate perpetrators and exhibits. See, this sucks that we don't. I mean, I understand obviously why. I mean, Jesus, if they mentioned a person, the wackadoodle pro-burger nut jobs out there would go after that person over and relentlessly, over and over and over again. Comes now Brian Kober, by and through his attorney of record, and hereby moves the court for an order to seal the defendant's evidence in support of offer of proof, alternate perpetrators, and its supporting exhibits. I wonder why, that's why in the Delphi case, the fact that the defense team leaked their idiotic Odinist theory, that's exactly what they were doing. They were trying to out their third-party suspect. Motion to seal objection. In camera means in judge's chamber, not public. Oh, well, why do they call it in camera then? I don't get it. That was so stupid. Just say something else. I mean, what a dumb way to word it. Any solid, I mean, that's just so illogical to say that in camera means in the judge's chamber. My God, that's just ridiculous. Great, just because you didn't know why. I don't know. It's just dumb. Oh, come on, that has nothing to do with Latin. In camera doesn't have anything to do with Latin. Yeah, no, that has nothing to do with that. I don't know why they say that. If it does, I'll be shocked. I don't know, man. Hey, thanks, Whaley Awesome. Oh, is it not? Well, it is spelled the same. It means in private, in particular, taking place in the private chambers of a judge with the press and public excluded. Yeah, that's just crazy. Wow. Well, you learn something new every day. In camera is the opposite of trial in open court, where all parties and witnesses testify in public. Huh. I guess I gotta go see where it derived. In camera is, there you go, Latin for in chambers. There you go. And it means to go into confidential or secret session. So is that what a camera, when people, you have a camera, like what does the word camera mean? So I guess you're right there, Natalie. That word never even showed up. I don't remember ever having that in my, morphemes in that my structure of English words class. Let me see. The word camera is a single free morpheme. It cannot be broken down into smaller, meaningful parts without losing its original meaning, according to a linguistics resource. In other words, it's a root word with no prefix or suffixes attached, according to linguistics. Okay. The word camera has a linguistic origin rooted in Latin and ancient Greek. It's derived from the Latin word camera, meaning room or chamber, which itself comes from the Greek word kamara, meaning vaulted chamber. The term was then used in the scientific context of camera obscura, meaning dark chamber, which referred to only devices that projected images. That's wild, man. Never would have thought that. Never would have thought that. You got me again. You got me again. Well, I studied linguistics. Never had that word pop up in there. I didn't ask if you studied Latin or anything. I just. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I just did a whole thing the other day on different breakdown of words, etc. All right. So anyways, I guess it means in the judge's chamber, everybody. In camera. Who the hell knew that? All right. I mean, attorneys would know that, but I mean, if you're just a random, regular person, it's wild. I guess if you watch a lot of trials, I don't really watch a ton of trials. I do cases that are out and about. All right. You guys, we're getting absolutely crushed tonight. Hey, thanks, Mike Weber. Is there anybody else out there that can help support the channel? I just explained to you the importance of reaching the goals and whatnot every single night we do the show. So I'd appreciate it if the people out there who have the ability to could help out, like Mike just did. Hey, but Gray, the Neuralink won't kill Murphy. How do you know, though? Deidre said, how can I find the program that you showed about law enforcement finding IDs in glove during BK's arrest? That is, you can find it on Spotify. I think it's called The Killings on King Road. That's the audio file. I couldn't find the actual. It feels like they scrubbed that first one off of the internet. That's what I think. But thanks, Natalie, up there, for getting us on the right track. I learn something new every day. Now I'll always know. I could go find that book. It was so interesting. No, Murphy's brain was extracted, and they implanted electrodes that could then be uploaded to a computer, and they were able to see what Murphy was seeing. And unfortunately, all they saw was Purina dog chow. All right. Come on, that was pretty good. They upload this. You guys, people are so gullible out there. Let's see. Yeah. Come on, man. Yeah. Gray, that's not funny. Making jokes during such a serious case, you bastard. You know what's even worse? The people who say that are pro-burgers. Every single time, those idiots are pro-burgers. Aren't you worse? I mean, you guys are disgusting fools, okay? That's not cool, Gray. Just because they have a different opinion doesn't make them disgusting. No, what makes you disgusting is that you are ignoring the facts and you're blaming it on actual victims, the people, the surviving victims. Okay? But Gray, didn't you hear about the drugs and everything? Gee. Oh my God. We should call them, let's see, GoPro burgers. There we go. Maybe Natalie will know what that means. The GoPro burgers. Oh yeah, the whole cartel and everything. Oh yeah, good stuff. Pre-unit dog chow moment. Yes, they deployed Elon Musk. They used his new Neuralink. They, with the, as Mike reported earlier, with the permission of, what the hell, what's his name? I don't want to bring up another victim's name. The boyfriend of Kaylee, don't want to say his name. Jack, okay. Was given permission to connect to Murphy's brain. And in that Neuralink, they were able to upload, on that particular day, the images from Murphy's eyes. You know, his brain contained these images. And they were able to look at it. They uploaded it and they couldn't believe their fortune. And like I said before, all they got was the dog's eyes at a bowl of dog chow. Ah, how unfortunate. All right, here we go. Let's see the next one. Did we do that one? Attorney and hereby provides notice that in further response to the court's document and record hold order dated May 15th, the state has lodged with the court for in-camera review. Okay. That was that one. Done this one. Order sealing defendant's evidence in support of offer of proof. Right, so this is all these, I don't think these documents are going to be put out, is what they're saying. So there's probably, like when we see all these documents on this website, there's probably hundreds more. The court having before it the motion to seal defendant's evidence in support of offer of proof regarding alternate perpetrators and exhibits and good cause appearing now, therefore, it is hereby ordered the defendant's evidence in support of offer of proof regarding alternate perpetrators and its supporting exhibits shall be filed under seal. Well, thank God for the poor soul that the defense is going to try to blame. The court, and this is order sealing objection, the court having before it the motion to seal objection and good cause appearing now, therefore it is hereby ordered the defendant's objection to the court's request for the defense. Let's see, the defendant's objection to the court's request for the defense. Okay, so the state's request, you mean. Or I guess it is the court. For the defense to submit a redacted copy of ex parte filing to the state shall be filed under seal. Okay. And that's it. Wow, that's so interesting. Thanks, Flora. All right, you guys, we still only have one new channel member. Where are the channel member gifters? All right, so I was going to do one other thing. These are those images that... see, all these images right here. See, I work with video all the time, right? And, of course, I'm screen grabbing this off of the Dateline episode. And they said that they didn't alter them at all. Hey, thanks, Natalie. They didn't alter them at all. But the thing is the quality, even if, you know, I'm screen grabbing it, is way too poor for these to be shots from the, you know, like a camera. Like, oh yeah, here's my shot. That's like, that would be something like 320 by 240 pixels, you know, per inch. I mean, just really crap. Notice see the jagged edges up here? That's what it looked like on Dateline. You know, it wasn't smoother than that, and it just so happens when I captured it, that's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. Really bad. So the only way this is if, so now watch when you take something like that and you zoom into about like right there. I don't know if you can see that, but that looks clear, right? I mean, it actually looks clear from that distance. Can you see what I'm saying? And this is just how it works. So when you look at it like that, it looks clear, and it might even still look clear. Probably not even there. I would say, I wonder if I could, like 25%. That looks okay, right? That looks okay. Then 50% from your perspective probably looks okay too. But as soon as you get up to like what it really, I mean, that's ridiculous, right? And that's like the eyeball. And there's people out there on YouTube, they try to do stuff with stuff like this. Oh, look at that, ooh, look at that. You can see the eye there, and they go on this whole long rampage about something. And what we're doing right now is we're looking at a pixel right here. That's one square is just a pixel, and they try to edit that. All right, so anyways, that's what that looks like. Now we go through the rest of them, and there's this one. So we kind of came up with that this is probably from a video. And I think it's likely that it's a preview video. So a lot of times on devices, when your computer makes a preview of, or not your computer, your phone will make a preview of the video. You know how you can see it when it's small on your screen, and then you play it? So I think it makes these preview smaller videos, and I wonder then, did he delete the video itself but not realize that perhaps the phone still kept the preview somewhere until it was written over? That's what I'm wondering. And see, here's another one. Look how these are just completely. Let me go to the 25. See, that's a lot clearer. You can actually see his face in that one. Probably somewhat, but if you have a small phone, it probably still look good. Like right there, right? And there's another one. Some of them are pretty similar. Like that one looks similar to that one. Almost identical. But it could be even the same one, just zoomed in, actually. Let me see. Yeah, it's weird. There's this round thing there with that black thing. And I don't see that little piece right there. So I don't know. Maybe he moved the camera a little bit away, but he was... Hey, thanks. Let's see. J Love. See, I said it right. And these aren't the same moment. Like, that's a different day with a hat on. But look how fuzzy that is. See, I think these are all... And that's different too. Like, I don't think that's the same. That could be the same. Maybe that's the same green. And it's just the lighting makes it look dark. So it could be the same. But look how crappy the images are. So is that the same as that? I mean, it could have just been that they zoomed in on a couple of them. Yeah, like up there. I'm looking at those pixels up there. Those look similar. Does he have a white one next to the left? Yeah, it's still there. So I just think that's zoomed in. They just zoomed in on the same picture. Hey, look at this Leon Littlejohn. Hey, what'd you catch today, Leon Littlejohn? Did you catch another 700-pound swordfish? Or a finfish? But hey, guys, how about the rest of you? If you're out there, if you could help support the channel, that'd be great. You guys know what we're doing here. What are you speechless of? Or grateful of? Only M? Oh, you got a free membership? Is that? Oh, I see. I can't see it on stream yards, but maybe over here. Oh yeah, so we got Ken, Dreamboat, JD423, KC, Natalie, Vivacious, Jennifer, Mandy, Samantha. Possible hurricane coming. We has to come in early. Oh, jeez. That sucks. So anyways, I really think, hold on, let's look at this ourselves. How about we look it up? Let's do Chat GPT. Do cell phones create thumbnail videos of videos that are on a phone And if you delete the video, is the thumbnail video still on your phone? Let's see, I don't know. Yes, cell phones do. Let's play it.
Yes, cell phones do often create thumbnail images, not videos of videos stored.
I need that guy.
Stored on the device. Let me break it down clearly. What are video thumbnails? They are static images, not videos generated by the phone's operating system, iOS or Android, to visually represent a video file. They are usually extracted frames from the beginning or middle of the video. These thumbnails are stored in hidden system folders or app caches, separate from the actual video file. If you delete the video, on most phones, the thumbnail gets deleted along with the video, but not always immediately. Some gallery or media database caches may retain a preview thumbnail temporarily, especially if the video was recently viewed. These cached thumbnails can be found in folders like Android, DCIM, Thumbnails, or Android Datacom, Android.gallery3D cache, iOS in proprietary database or cache files not user visible directly. Forensic perspective. Even if the video is deleted, thumbnail remnants or media database entries, e.g. SQLite, may still exist. These can sometimes be recovered with forensic tools like Celebrite, Magnet Axiom, or Autopsy. Important notes. Thumbnail not equal to video, it's just a still frame, no motion or sound. Apps like WhatsApp, Facebook, and TikTok also generate their own thumbnails, often stored in app-specific caches. If recently deleted or recycle bin features are enabled, the file and its thumbnail may persist for a while. If you're looking into recovering deleted media or tracing digital footprints, these thumbnails and database logs can offer a breadcrumb trail. Let me know if you want help locating them or need forensic tool guidance.
That's pretty interesting. So maybe these are just the still frames from different videos, although some of them look like, you know, like this one and this one look like they're from the same moment in time. But it could be that he sat there and shot many videos he just didn't like, or I don't know. This just isn't, there's just no way that the camera took images this poor. And yes, I know that they got their version, but we're looking at, they even went out of their way on that special to tell us that the images that we're looking at are what they look like. That they didn't, alter them other than, maybe change the contrast or something. All right, we're currently at 1/5 of the nightly goal, you guys. So I always hope when I do another show, like the next night, it'll be like everybody just goes, oh, okay, we know what we're doing here. Instead, it goes right back to the same thing from the day before. He's wearing latex gloves. Where? Like in this picture right here? How do we know he's wearing latex gloves in that shot? I mean, his hand does look light, but so does the top of his head. It looks like there's a light above his head. So it could just be his hand that's lit up. So we don't know if he's wearing latex gloves. Makes a great story, though. It's definitely possible. But I think it looks like it might just be his hand that's lit up by the light above his head. No. The reason it looks blurry like that is because it's not an actual... Like, if he took a selfie and he's that close, it would have been a really clear image. There's no doubt about it. So this has to be something else is going on. And I think it might be something on his phone. Right, well, it's pixelated, but you don't, he's not filming it intentionally pixelated. I mean, how do you do that? I guess he could have taken a selfie on, set his camera to some ludicrously crappy, I forgot the term for it, but made it 320 by 240. Just garbage. All right. Alright, anyways, yeah, that's about all I had for you guys tonight on Koberger. So now I'm sure a lot of you will have to take off because we won't be talking about Koberger. I'm going to talk about other cases. Some of the ones we talked about last night. But first, I think I'll start off with, I think it's one that we discussed a little bit during the time of Molly Tibbetts. Like it was way back then. I don't even have a folder or anything like that. But I do remember discussing it. And that's the Xavier Harelson case. Travis Barker. I used to love watching this one video on YouTube of him playing a drum because he used to be in a drum line, and he just sits there and it's like, I mean, it's just so, it's like you could just sit there like in a trance watching it over and over again. I thought he looked a little bit like, in some of the pictures, he looks a little bit like Lookner, Steve Lookner, you know, looks just like him. In some of the AI generated images. Even in that one, if you like squint your eyes, you might think you'd see him in there. Yeah, no, he looks. I think he looks just like him. I mean, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, but it's usually just the AI versions. Hey, thanks, Leon Littlejohn again. Where is the support from everybody else? I think we all can agree that nothing BK does is normal. There's just this AI version out there that I thought it was Lookner at first when I saw it, and then I went, oh wait, that's supposed to be Koberger? Oh, that's weird. Alright, we're going to do Xavier Harelson. I remember this one. I don't know how much I think we talked about it one night, but really didn't. I don't know if it's not going to be a ton of stuff, but. Actually, might take a second here. I got to put the dates on it. So we do it in order. Okay, that's a video. And I don't want people sending me stuff and, hey, check this out or check this out. I just want to do what I have. Okay. Let's see, we've got March 2nd, 2022. I meant to do this earlier, but I don't like doing them out of order. Whoa, look at that. Cheryl Moran again. Hello, freaks. I'm behind, listening at 2 times the speed. Catch up in a little bit. Wow, hey, let me make it really fast for Cheryl here. Hold on a second. Listen to this in double the speed.
I'm fired out of midnight
10, 20, 25, 30. Hit that like button 40. Send in a super chat 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 85, 90. Hit that like button 10, 20.
And 30, and 30, 25, 30. You want to put 30, sir. 25 of them, you're out. I'm 25, 30, 30. Now 5.
All right. What's that going to sound like at double the speed? Huh? All right. This is March 2nd. It's May 22nd, 2024. October 1st, 2024. But came up with some things to think about tonight in the Idaho case. If you, maybe it's possible that the DoorDash driver actually got there or was leaving right when Koberger came back at 4:50 something. And that's why we don't see that video on Dateline nor the video of the DoorDash, because that was asked not to be released. And then my other thoughts are that those images might be thumbnails that weren't deleted, but he deleted the other ones. Like it was found from forensic information. Like a look at his phone.
Now to Iowa and the desperate search for an 11-year-old.
May 31st. All right. So let me just. There we go. So that would have been the first one. So this is.
Now to Iowa and the desperate search.
This is on ABC. Xavier Harrelson. Xavier with an O. The story's been out there for a while, but thought we'd take a look at it. Hundreds of police and community volunteers combed through miles of wilderness in Iowa during a weekend-long search for a missing 11-year-old boy. Xavier Harrelson was last seen on Thursday morning in Montezuma, Iowa, according to the, I think it's like, I don't know if it's Poweshiek County Sheriff's Office. Over 100 police officers looked around the boy's home and nearby lake on Saturday, officials said. On Sunday, Xavier's birthday, the search expanded with over 500 residents volunteering to look throughout the area. Teams of volunteers boarded buses and Montezuma High School. And I have the small little town here. This is where his mom was living. I think this is it, like the trailer park right there. She might even still live there. He went to this school over here. And, it's just in the middle of nowhere in Iowa. I'm not even sure you can see into the trailer park. I mean, I think you can go right here. And that might even be the actual unit right there. That one. Unless she moved, and it's a different trailer park in the same small little town. I doubt it, but I mean, there isn't another one. That's basically it. Right there. It's close to home. It makes it hard, and I can't imagine what his parents are going through, Jennifer Alardon, one of the search volunteers, told ABC News. Xavier was last seen wearing a red t-shirt, blue pajama pants, and black high top shoes. He is described as approximately 4 foot 8 inches tall, 100 pounds, and has brown hair and blue eyes. See, this case to me just is sort of like, I mean, it's just one of these kids that was put into a horrendous situation, and it's sad, actually. Think how horrendous it is that there's these kids that are born, and they're in a world and a family and so forth where they have no chance, really, at all. And I don't know, all I know is that the mother, she was really into drugs, and she's been arrested since for meth. And it just, like, I mean, what chance did this kid ever have, really? It just sucks. So who knows? I mean, is she involved, or is it somebody else, her boyfriend that she had at the time? Guess we don't really know. Rural Poweshiek County, about a halfway between Des Moines and Cedar Rapids, is the same place Molly Tibbetts went missing 3 years ago. Tibbetts was later found killed in a cornfield. Christian Bahara Rivera was convicted. So yeah, that was pretty close. So that's him right there. And he was missing, but then
earlier today, the sheriff's office received a call from a local farmer that they had found what they thought to be is human remains in a field.
No, the correct term is a trailer park. That's what they're called. Right. That's what I call them. Yeah, there's no correct term. All right.
Just south of here. And so the sheriff's office responded and confirmed what the farmer had reported, and had called the DCI, since we've been working the investigation of Xavier Harelson.
And I did some of my image sleuthing to find the exact spot, because they weren't really specific anywhere.
Together, in the event that it could possibly be Xavier, and we responded along with the state medical examiner's office and the state anthropologist. And we can confirm at this time that it is human remains. That's been confirmed by the state medical examiner's office. It appears to be that of an adolescent, and at this time the clothing description, or the clothing that we see on scene, even though it's obviously soiled and stuff, is consistent with what we knew Xavier to last be wearing. We are not saying that it is Xavier Harelson.
No, I think Christian just said something like he passed out or something. He didn't remember what he did to her.
At this time, there's a lot of work yet to be done at the scene here, and then, as you can imagine, the state medical examiner's office and state anthropologist has a lot of work left ahead of them in the days and weeks even to come.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so anyways, take a look at this the shot right there. Let's see if we go back to the beginning, maybe. Yeah, so you can see there's like a windmill in the background. And so, I mean, I was able, after I found where the body was located, I was able to even just tell where that was taken. That little press conference was right here. I mean, look at this watch. I mean, it's pretty hilarious, right? I mean, that's exactly the spot with the tree. The windmill's just, the wind has shifted it. So obviously they blocked off this road and they gave the press conference right there. So there's that. And let's do some, I think that was that one, right? Yeah. So this is the 10-year-old disappeared in May from the mobile home he shared with his mother. This is from March of 2022. Montezuma. His story gained national attention, but searches turned up empty for months. Then on September 30th, a farmer discovered his remains in a field just outside of Montezuma. State investigators have released very few details about his death. In a special report, KCCI looks for answers in the search for justice. All right. But you guys, we're doing another show tonight, And instead of having all these massive lulls with just a couple people helping support the channel, if you guys could please figure out a way to get some memberships and support the channel, that'd be awesome. We're getting really close to the end of the month. This is the 28th. We only have tomorrow and the next day, and then we have our final night of the month. And would like to finish strong. So if you have the ability to, that would be great. Thank you. You guys know what we do. I've explained it 17,000 times. Let's see. In a special report, KCCI looks for answer in the search for justice. Laura Terrell reports on where the investigation stands right now. There's some videos here, I guess. I mean,
how many trailers?
Details about her search that day.
I'm not sure how many trailers into it where my question.
Let's see. Don't I have a video? Let's just play this one. This is the, hold on.
Today marks...
No, they found it in 2021. I already showed it. I said the dates.
4 years since an Iowa boy vanished in Powesheet County.
Yeah, so this is where, using this information, I have that image, and I think it was other, let's see. So here's that trailer park. I don't know if I'm going to play that whole thing. So this is just 3 years later. Investigators say they are very confident Xavier Harelson's case will be solved. It seems like they know who did it. They just need a piece of evidence or something. 3 years after the disappearance of Xavier Harelson, investigators say they are getting closer to solving the case. The 10-year-old boy disappeared from the mobile home in Montezuma, where he lived with his mother. A friend reported him missing on May 27, 2021. Xavier Harelson is a name that everyone in the DCI is well aware of, and I can say without hesitation that I am very confident where there is going to be a resolution in this case, Iowa Division of Criminal Investigation Agent Ryan Kedley said. Kedley is the Iowa DCI agent overseeing the investigation. He says the case is far from cold, and investigators are still actively applying for search warrants and talking with persons of interest. In this case, we have a number of persons of interest that we are continuing to evaluate, Kedley said. Investigators have never revealed a cause of death. Powesheet County farmer Dustin Cummings discovered Harelson's body 4 months after his disappearance. Thanks, Alley Cake. In his first interview since the traumatic discovery, Cummings tells KCCI he hopes to be a voice for the little boy he never knew.
The search for answers continues 3 years after...
I started mowing up this waterway.
Yeah, here's the farmer.
Here, because it hadn't been mowed yet.
Powesheet County farmer Dustin Cummings describes the day he stumbled upon a discovery that brought
This is KCCI 8.
heartache to an entire community.
That's when I saw the clothing.
The extensive 4-month search for Xavier Harelson ended in this farm field. Cummings walks us to the exact spot he found the 10-year-old's body on September 30th, 2021.
I was literally right here, somewhere in here.
Does it...
Yeah, so this is an image I used too. I'll show you how I do this. So I use this one first. All right, see that image? And then I notice in the background there's this crazy kind of like, I don't know, it looks like an electrical place. And so what I was able to do was, yeah, it's right there, you know, like electrical plant. So I could see that, right? So then I had to keep going around and trying to figure out, so I think I came up with that angle right there. As a matter of fact, you can see it, right? Because see how there's that little jog right there? And see how that happens over there? Just like that. So that's exactly the place, and then I had to look for different landmarks, and then see this little place here where it squiggles out like that. See that? Boom, right? I mean, it just totally took me about 45 minutes, so I mean, it took a while, more than I was hoping for. Then, to get it even more precise, apparently it's on this side of the road. So even in this picture right here, the body was found over here. It's not over on this side. It's over here, just kind of wide open. That's the farmer's tractor, and the body was found right over here. And then, so let me show you how this worked out. So in that other image, this guy walking here. Now, see, that's a windmill back there, right, on the left, and that's a windmill, and then another windmill pretty close, but it's further back. See that? Can you guys see all that? This windmill's closer. That one's sort of medium in the background, and then this one's even farther. And then I think there's even another windmill. That little thing right there might be another windmill. All right, and let's take a look at the map on that. It's pretty crazy how it all just kind of comes together. So I was looking at that, and I was thinking, okay, how can I determine exactly where this thing is? You know, where this crime scene is. And it's right here, look. I think if you go... Yeah, see, look at this right here. So this spot from right here has... See the windmill right there? That's the one on the left that's bigger. And then look right here how there's a windmill there, and then one further back, and then look, there's even one back there. So the three of them. And so if you look at it about like that angle, and you go back to the road, you're probably right in this spot like this. So if you imagine there being, like I could make a 3D model where I put a windmill up and another windmill, and now if we look at that image right there and then take a look at that, you see how there's that windmill, the one to the right of it, and then way back there, that little thing that juts out is another windmill. And so if we were, let's just pretend that those two are lined up. That windmill and the one that's way back there, just almost lined up. So I think if you went up in the air like this, and you drew a line from, so you can see a little bit of it. So let's see, it'd be about like that through there. And I mean, look, I mean, that's just, that's so close, right? So you'd be like that, and that one's on the right, and then there's a little one in the background. And then the windmill off to the left is this one right there. So I think and the way he was talking when he was walking, he pointed, there was this little area where it was kind of like a path, and I think that's what that spot is right there. All right, so, you know, pretty cool, right? The way to be able to find the exact spots on some of these. Doesn't look like anybody else is too enthusiastic about it, but that's kind of what we used to always do here. Figure stuff out. All right. So there he is talking.
Is it hard to stand?
Yeah, there's this little thing, this area right there. I think that is probably this right here. Let me see if it looks different, like dirt ever. You know, I guess, see, that looks kind of like dirt. Maybe this is back in 2015, but maybe it extends over to here at some point. It's 2018, 20. Oh, yeah, there you go. That's 2024, so maybe it looked more like that. Man, seems like my public service announcements to help support the channel just keep landing with a thud. All right, so we got got that figured out. Let's go to this one. October. Let's see. Monday marks 3 years since Xavier Harelson's body was discovered in a farm field in Poweshiek County. We love him and miss him. I miss Xavier every day. Our family isn't the same without him. He was kind, smart, funny, gentle, and a good kid who didn't deserve this senseless act. Someone took him from us. I hope someday, soon, there will be justice for Xavier. The 10-year-old vanished over Memorial Day weekend in 2021. No sign of him was found at the Montezuma mobile home where he lived with his mother or anywhere in town. 4 months later, investigators finally caught a break in the case. A heartbreaking discovery was made in a farm field. Dustin Cummings is the farmer who found Harrelson. I guess that's the same, basically the same article. And then this is... investigators say they have new... This is actually from May 19th. Let me see which article this is. Is that the... Okay. Investigators say they have new information bringing them closer to finding who killed 10-year-old Iowa boy. This month marks 4 years since Xavier Harelson vanished from his mobile home in Montezuma. He was just days away from his 11th birthday. Specifically, investigators are learning new details about what led up to Xavier's death. And remember, I don't know where it is in these articles, but there was this, apparently like a big, it was really loud in the trailer that night. Like there was fighting, and I guess they would often be these fights, but this night there was fights, and then they all stopped in this house, and then he goes missing he's gone, like the next day. They believe there are multiple people out there with information that could help bring the case to a close. Hundreds of people helped search for Xavier, and orange ribbons became markers of hope that he would come home. But in September of 2021, his body was found in a farm field a few miles outside of town. Special Agent Ryan Kedley with the Iowa Division of Criminal Investigation and Chief Deputy Steve Kivy of the Poweshiek County Sheriff's Office have been working this case from the very beginning, and they haven't lost hope. So she also has a boyfriend that they searched his mobile home or his house for evidence. And then she's been arrested for meth as well. There's Cheryl Moran. She got to the auctioneer. Probably sounded like a... like that. Let's see. I think for me... Let me see if it sounds normal if you're still on speed. Hello, Cheryl Moran. I wonder if it sounds normal when you play it fast. I think for me, the hope comes from the information that we're getting. Special Agent Kedley says more people have been coming forward with information over the last year and a half, which has led to new details, search warrants, and interviews to help them connect the dots. Myself, Chief Deputy Kivy, the whole investigative team are beginning to understand a few more of the dynamics and the elements that led to Xavier's death, and then the dynamics immediately following Xavier's death that helped paint a picture for why it's taken so long for us to get this clear picture. Xavier's disappearance came as Poweshiek County was nearing the end of the case involving Molly Tibbetts, who went missing in 2018. It was a lot, really, Kitty explained. He's one of the deputies who left the trial for Tibbetts' killer, Christian Bahina Rivera, ahead of the verdict in order to immediately begin working to find Xavier. You would have thought there would have been a break between major cases. I mean, cases like Molly Tibbetts and the Xavier Harelson are sometimes a once-in-a-generation case. In this case, you took the plug that went into Molly Tibbetts' Christian Rivera outlet, you unplugged it, and immediately plugged it into the Xavier Harelson case. Attorneys for behind... That is kind of crazy that you had sort of two pretty big cases in a small little place like that. You would have thought there would have been a break. It says, attorneys for Bahina Rivera publicly tied the two cases together with the theory Molly and Xavier could have been victims of this. Really? Give me a break. Yep, it's still, yeah, it still hasn't been solved, yeah. Attorney for, let's see, it was assessed, but its terms of corroborating that type of accusation with evidence that just hasn't presented itself to us at this point. The investigation focused first on Xavier's inner circle, meaning his family and friends. Xavier's mother has been open with investigators from the start. Even the last few months, we've sat down and had conversations with Miss Harrelson. She spoke with us early on, so there's never been a time where she was uncooperative. Xavier's inner circle revealed another theme for the investigation: drugs. His mom, Sarah, was sentenced for selling meth in 2023. Her former boyfriend, James Lowe, was described as a stepfather figure to Xavier. Lowe also has a history of drug use and was the center of a federal firearms search of a home in New Sharon just weeks after Xavier's body was found. Even as pieces come together, investigators remain tight-lipped on specifics. Our number one goal is the truth about the death of this 10-year-old boy. People are just going to have to trust us with that. We are doing everything we can, and there are reasons we can't share that information. Hey, 63 months for Zozo. Of 63 months of hell for you, right? I mean, geez, I don't know how you did it. That's amazing. Our number one goal is the truth about the death of this 10-year-old boy. People are just going to have to trust us, really, that we are doing everything we can, and there are reasons we can't share that information. Xavier's own family still doesn't know how he died. We've had conversations with them about why, and thankfully, they've been nothing but supportive, said Kedley. As more of the puzzle is pieced together, investigators are using those with information to speak up. It is up to people to come forward and say, okay, allow me, provide some color to this. Like, you've got the black and white clinical stuff here. Allow me to provide some context as to maybe why things happen. That's weird. I wonder. It's just they seem like they're just missing the smallest little piece. All right, how do we get the support for the channel up tonight, you guys? So what do I need to do better? Let's see. He was 10-year-old kid. He deserves nothing less than our best. Yeah, he was just about, I think it was just about his birthday. That was the last one. That was on May 19th. Yeah, like in the interviews, they seem pretty, like, solid. Let's see.
Today marks
a farmer.
Significant gains have been made in this investigation to where, in my professional opinion, it's no longer a situation of if we'll find the true whole story of what led up to what happened and then the events immediately following Xavier's passing. It's a matter of when.
So he probably died at the house, and then his body was dumped where they found it. I mean, that's what it sounds like. It just, I mean, I guess it's possible, he was abducted somewhere or whatever, but I don't know. I think the story about them being fighting and then it stopping made sense. Why not? Why doesn't anybody new come in here? And either way, when you have 250 people, it shouldn't be, you know, horrendously difficult. That's like $1. I don't know if I mean, I think the mom might know more. It sounds like she's been cooperative, though. But it's just, I mean, come on. She sells drugs. It has to have something to do with just the lifestyle and everything. Like something involved in that arena is why he's not alive right now. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Let's see. Now they were telling for other people to hit the like button. Yeah, I'm just asking an actual question, you know. Seems like we're just massive lol city. Is this new? Oh, okay. Let me put that in there. Thanks, Leon Littlejohn. Are these? Those are images, okay. Alright, well, I don't have much more to do on this one. It's just one of those cases where it looks like they're on the right path. You know, apparently there was some fighting going on at the house that night, and then suddenly it just stopped. You know, what does that mean? You know, the night before, and then he's gone the next day. And then, you know, she's been arrested for meth, and then they check the boyfriend out. You know, obviously they try other... They looked at him for gun charges, but I'm sure it was like to get him in there to question him and stuff. Yeah, so I bet you hopefully they'll do something soon in that one. They seem like they know almost what happened. They just need a couple more specifics or something. It's really weird. Welcome, Mrs. W. And Whaley Awesome had already hit the like button. They were just telling somebody else to hit the like button. Right? Yeah. Let's see. Look at those chiclets. Zozo smile face. Look at that thing. Yeah, it's a great show tonight too, isn't it? Thanks. Let's see. I still think it's crazy that it's been 3 years. Yeah. Great show yesterday. Jesus, what about the one we're in, for God's sakes? Hey everyone listening, come in to chat. Join in and let us know what you think about the show. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah. That's just, you know, as soon as you talk about something else other than the Idaho case, the numbers start dwindling, regardless of how interesting it is. I mean, look at that. Look how crazy that is. It's wild. Yeah, we got 245, 250. Okay, it's not Idaho anymore. I gotta go. And some of the people that were chatting earlier are gone because it's not Idaho. And it's just, you know, gets old really fast. All right, here we go. We're going to do the Alisa Petrov case again. Like we just kind of started doing it yesterday. But now I've got all the different... let's go in order here. Thanks, Leon Littlejohn, again. I don't know. She could be alive. This is one of those hard ones because she... That sounds like... I don't know. Like she tried to run away or something. But there's these three predators that she was communicating with. So we're just going to go back in time and start over. All right. So here we go. This is South Jordan, Utah. Local families asking for help in the search for a 15-year-old girl who is believed to have run away. Alisa, 15, is said to be about 5'3", weighs 122 pounds. She was dropped off for school in American Fork on April 21st, but family members said she boarded a train towards Provo. A family member said UTA security footage shows the teenager walking away, and she hasn't been found since. Officials with the South Jordan Police Department told ABC4.com that Alisa had, or maybe, I think it's Alisa actually. Alisa had a phone and iPad with her, and police are investigating to see if the location data is turned on for those devices. Thank you, Sandy Shirley. Police said the case is being considered as a runaway case. The case was originally being handled by American Fork officials, but has been transferred to South Jordan. Any knowledge of her whereabouts should be reported to law enforcement. Anyone with information can contact South Jordan Police Department at 801-840-4000. Here's like a... This is April 25th. It says, friends, have you seen 15-year-old Alisa Petrov? She was last seen exiting a train in Provo, Utah, asking strangers for a bus ticket to Las Vegas. She's 5'3", 122 pounds. Maybe she thought the guy in Las Vegas was cuter, the guy that she wanted to meet in Las Vegas, even though that person didn't live in Las Vegas. She's 5'3", 122 pounds, with brown eyes, light brown, long hair, wearing baggy jeans, a black hoodie, and carrying a blue backpack with yellow stripe. If you hear or have any information, please call the South Jordan Police Department at 801-446-4357. Alisa was last seen exiting a train in Provo, Utah. She was seen asking strangers for a bus ticket to Las Vegas. She's 15 years old, female, 5'3", 122 pounds, brown hair, as you can see. And, well, there you have it. And I think there's like this TikTok, or this is the South, this is NCMEC here. The National Center for Missing...
Utah, we need your help to bring home this missing girl. Hi, it's Claire from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and this is 15-year-old Alisa Petrov. She was last seen in South Jordan, Utah on April 21st, 2025. Alisa is reported to be 5 feet 3 inches tall and has brown eyes and brown hair. Now, we have reason to believe that Alisa may still be in the local area or may travel to the Las Vegas, Nevada area. If you have any information about her whereabouts, do not hesitate to call 1-800-THE-LOST.
There you go. And that's one of the organizations that we support, you know. All right. I was about to make one of my other snarky remarks. You know, that's one of the... I won't do it. Anyways, here we go. Family, police concerned. Utah 15-year-old left to meet people she chatted with online. This is April 30th. I'm going back in time, okay? So we're going through like a whole bunch of different things. 15-year-old Alisa Petrov was last seen in Provo, Utah on surveillance video footage late in the evening on April 21st. Family members believe Alisa could be in danger. South Jordan police have Alisa listed as missing and endangered. I was very scared because it's very unusual. She's never had behavior like this before, and it's very difficult to hear that the child never came to school, said Natalia Petrova, Alisa's aunt. Unfortunately, we didn't even find out about the fact that she wasn't in school until the parents went to pick her up. So that would have been, like 8 hours later. Alisa left school and was spotted via Utah Transit Authority. She actually went into the school, by the way, and then somehow left later. Alisa left school and was spotted via Utah Transit Authority surveillance video exiting a train in Provo just before midnight. According to her family, she spoke with people near the train platform, inquiring about transportation to Las Vegas. We're very worried for Alisa, and we'd really like for Alisa to come home. And if Alisa hears me, please feel free to reach out. It says, and is Alisa? I don't know. South Jordan shared this on Public Safety Bulletin. Alisa is believed to be attempting to meet individuals she met online using multiple social media platforms and chat applications. What troubles me is Alisa was talking to some strangers who lured her out of the house, Petrova said. Unfortunately, for this generation, there is far more access for the children to be in contact with predators. Natalia said it's not clear what Alisa Alisa may have met and where she went, but it's a suspicion. So far, nobody had any news from Alisa since Monday, April 21st. Police advise anyone with knowledge of Alisa's whereabouts to contact law enforcement. I think she might be alive, but trafficked. That's what I think. I think she's a better odds of her being in a trafficking situation given the types of people she was communicating with. So here's like some of the ant stuff on that same. It's
I was very scared because it's very unusual. She's never had the behavior like this before, and it is very difficult to hear that the child never came to school. Unfortunately, we didn't even find out about the fact that she wasn't in school until the parents went to pick her up, and they only knew about it in the afternoon.
This channel.
It's now been more than a week since she was last seen at the train station in Provo. What's going through your mind as a family member?
We are very worried for Alisa, and we would really like for Alisa to come home.
So this seems like these are people like just came over from Russia, or in this lifetime, like they were born elsewhere, like Ukraine or Russia, something like that. So I don't know if that has any role. It just might be that they weren't quite as aware of the predators.
And if Alisa hears
Sounds
me,
like they were,
please
though.
feel free to reach out. You can reach either me directly or your father and mother. You can also possibly go to any fire truck or any kind of police department. You can dial 911 and anybody would assist and help you get safely home.
What's most troubling to you about all of this?
What troubles me is I know that Alisa definitely was talking to some strangers who lured her out of the house. And in my generation, obviously, we grew up without internet and we didn't have things like Discord and Roblox, and we were not in contact with strangers like this. So,
well, it's interesting that she mentioned those, like Roblox, Discord. Those are all been in those sites that we've talked about before. Well, if none of you guys are going to help support the channel other than the same people, I'll do the 5 memberships out there. You guys must be really struggling, so make sure that you get some memberships out there. Hopefully, Whaley Awesome gets one.
There was a lot less to worry about, but unfortunately in this generation, there is far more access for the children to be in contact with predators. And Alisa is a minor, she's only 15. So whoever is helping her or keeping her, that is definitely not a good friendly gesture. And Alisa could be in danger. And
doesn't look like you got one, Whaley Awesome. Have you made yourself available?
We ask anybody who might have been in contact with her or seen her to please notify the authorities. We're not fully confident that where she was going or who she met. We really don't know. This is a suspicion because this is not a normal behavior for Alisa. And we have talked to all her friends and all their parents. So far, nobody has had any news from Alisa since Monday.
Yeah. Anyways, that's, those are like the same apps, It's weird how there's these certain apps. Like yesterday, I was starting to look some of the email addresses up of the 3. I gotta do it more later. But they almost seem to always have Telegram every single time. It's crazy. Adults luring teenagers online to meet them is real life, has been on the rise since 2020. Now a string of recent incidents, especially like during COVID, right, where everybody's at home. Yeah, recent incidents is raising concerns about 3 separate cases have happened all around the same time at the end of April. 15-year-old Alisa Petrov was last seen on security camera exiting a train in Provo on April 21st. A witness claimed she asked about going to Las Vegas. Her family told KUTV on Wednesday that they saw she was talking to someone online. What troubles me the most is I know that Alisa was definitely talking to some strangers who lured her out of the house, explained to her aunt Natalia Petrova. So far, nobody has had any news from Alisa since Monday. By the way, we didn't hit the goal, Sparky Spears. I just did it anyways. I figured since it was so slow, there must be a lot of people that need the memberships. We didn't reach the goal, though, no. The family is offering $20,000 reward for anyone that has information about her. I just really hope that Alisa hears this. If she is staying away nowhere, she can at least give us a call and let us know that she is safe. We would really love to hear from Alisa. Well, now we made the goal. Hey, thanks, Cheryl Moran. Very kind. You just caught up. Wait, let me ask you this part. When I said my name, or I said your name really slow, did it sound normal on speed up? When I said Cheryl Moran. Yeah, well, you got to make yourself available, Sparky Spears, and yeah, we don't give memberships to psychics. They're the last people in the world that we want here, unfortunately. It did? It sounded normal? It's like Cheryl Moran. Just like that, right? It's like Cheryl Moran. That's pretty good. I like that. Yeah. I think that's a troll, that Sparky Spears person. Like, this is the last place in the world that you would ever admit that you were a psychic or something like that. Or, you know, not that you are one, but, you know, you're admitting that you claim you're one. You know what I mean? No, that she just put us at the goal just now, Sparky. You said that before that. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Oh, you got a girl code hoodie? Yeah, those are cool. I think that's like kind of a cool design, don't you think? I like the girl code. Yeah, this one right here. I mean, I think that's just sort of a cool design in general right there. What do you think? Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Let's see. The family is offering $20,000 reward for anyone that has information about her. I just really hope that Alisa hears this. If she is staying away somewhere, she can at least give us a call and let us know that she's safe. We would really love to hear from Alisa. This comes as West Jordan police are searching for 15-year-old Kara Nez, who left her home on, on April 20th with 20-year-old Luigi Gasson. Police believe they are heading to Arizona or New Mexico in a black Nissan Altima. Another incident happened on the same day when a Florida man was arrested after he allegedly flew to Utah to marry a 17-year-old girl. She had met the guy online and police tracked them down in Wyoming. What the hell's going on here? Michelle Bush Upwall with the Utah Internet Crimes Agent Children Task Force told KUTV her workload has only increased since the pandemic. Yeah, that's probably when a lot of these people perfected their craft because everybody was at home and they could try to figure out what worked for them. You know? We started to see an uptick during COVID because, there you go, because kids were at home. Didn't I say that a few minutes ago? And things like that. Thinking it would go down, but it definitely has not. It's just increased, especially with sextortion cases. Right, that's exactly what we talked about a few months back regarding the Stephen Stearns case. Well, thank you again, Leon Littlejohn. The Sword Fisher Extraordinaire. And then we had Cheryl Moran again. Yeah, Leon Littlejohn, he caught a 700-pound fin fish, he said. I think then it was converted to swordfish, but that makes sense. That's a big one. Jessica Shoebox, 65 months. Look at that, you guys. Gray's come a long way with girl code. I still struggle sometimes, but yeah, I'm better than I was. So, but Gray. Do I need to make a when somebody sends a super chat in that it makes that sound? People are probably saying, "Please don't, please don't." I'm not sure why it's not making audio when you guys are sending in super chats. We only got 207 people here because we're not talking about Brian Koberger. Isn't that just shit? Isn't that amazing? If we were right now talking about Koberger, we'd probably have 350. But I don't want to tonight. I wanted to go over this case. She said the best 3 things teens and parents can do, so everyone know this part right here. here we go, are having open lines of communication about who they are communicating with and what apps. Let's see. And what apps they are using on their phones, making sure the teenagers feel safe to share anything that seems off with parents and authorities. Monitoring levels and privacy settings, ensuring social media accounts are set to private and don't allow people who are not not connections to send messages, to just drop into their DM, I guess. Keeping personal things private. Education, making sure teenagers understand that this is not safe to talk or trust everybody online. It is so important that kids understand who's out there and can be dangerous. South Jordan police told kids, they need to make like little videos that they play in classes. Like I would do real stories of real kids that were killed by predators. And don't try to make it funny and goofy or, something. Do a real story, a reenactment of something that actually happened. Then show them the newspaper articles. And tell them you don't want to be one of these people. You got to kind of scare them. Oops. Parents fear the possibilities as they search for missing South Jordan teen. This is May 5th. Parents of a missing South Jordan teen pleaded for their daughter to come home safely Sunday as they retrace some of her last known steps. Alisa Petrov, 15, was last seen on April 21st, and South Jordan police have characterized her as a runaway juvenile who was endangered. Parents Nikolai and Olga Petrov said Sunday afternoon they were concerned about several possibilities, including whether their daughter was lured away by an adult or that she was potentially trafficked. That's what we are suspecting at the moment, Olga Petrov told KSL TV. We have no confirmation but concerns. And by the way, would you guys all put out some healing energy for Georgina Stoliker? All right. She's really struggling right this moment, so if you guys can, probably why we don't see her as much as we used to always see her, but if you guys could hit that, put your little prayer hands out there for Georgina Stoliker, that'd be awesome. I would appreciate it. She's a really cool person. Like, I've talked to her on the phone before. Like, she has all these crazy stories, man. She's got so many stories. It's wild. Like, she's just done everything. I might have her come on and let her tell her the whole story at some point. We'll see. The mother said she dropped her daughter off at school classes in American Fork on Monday, April 21st, near 655 South and 500 East. She entered the building. She didn't make it to the classroom. Let me type that in. I gotta go to that case anyways. Huh. That's not what I was looking at. Weird. So where's all this stuff? Oh, I got a whole bunch down here. There we go. Wow. It's all down here. It's not even where it's supposed to be. Hey, thanks, Amy Lemoyne. Why isn't that one? There we go. I don't know. I don't know what that address... Oh, there it is. Is that it? No, it's Speedway. I think... So that's the... Huh. So that's 500... South 500. And then it says, and 500 East. What's the address for this school here? 588 West 30. Huh. So that's strange. Because here it says the mother said she dropped her daughter off at her school classes at America Fork on Monday, April 21st, near 655 South and 500 East. Well, that's not here, so that matches more like what the the Daily Mail said. Yeah, I mean, this is where that it said, that's 620 though. That's 180, 655 South. Ah, jeez. And 500 East in American Fork. So that's right there. So why would she drop her off here? Does that make any sense? That's a warehouse. It's not a school. It's a gas station. So I think these articles have stuff wrong in them. Anyway, she entered the building. She didn't make it to classroom, so she was dropped off at school, not there. The teacher said she never saw her that day. Instead, the parents said Alisa went to a nearby gas station. So that's interesting, right? Because that is a gas station right there. But they were saying that this is a school. I mean, is that possible? I guess let's go and let's take a look. I mean, did they convert whatever this is into a food storage, classes, much more. I don't know, man. That just doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. Because that gas station right there is not nearby where the school actually is. It's right there. One Canyon Grove Academy. I don't know if there's like some other version of it right over here. Okay. She entered the building. She didn't make it to classroom. So let's just, whatever it is. She got dropped off at school. Then she exited later, but she went into the school first. She entered the building. She didn't make it to classroom. Instead, the parents said Alisa went to a nearby gas station where teens often go for snacks and told two boys that she planned to run away. Wonder why she would say that to them. They told her, no, don't do it. But I guess she went for it anyways, Olga Petrov said. It sounds pretty much like a Russian name, really. From there, the parents said they learned that Alisa got someone to give her a ride to a UTA front runner station at 6786 West 750 North. I think I've already got a pin near there. So from whatever right there to you know, this is that train station right there. So that's where she got dropped off. Where she boarded the train and traveled to Provo. The parents and police said Alisa approached multiple people about helping her in her journey. She asked a girl to get a ticket in exchange for cash for the bus to Las Vegas, Olga Petrov said. The 15-year-old was last seen at the Provo front runner station at 690 South University Avenue. Let's see if I've got that one. So this is going to be down in Provo over here. Okay, they said it's near there, but I think that's where they said it was. I don't know. That address is... I think that's it right there. So is there even a gas station near this school? I hate stuff like that that is reported and doesn't make sense. I mean, maybe this is a school now. I don't know. What's this? Let's look at this building. Oh, that's Polaris High School. I don't know if that's... Could that be it? You know, where that is? Maybe that became... I mean, that's interesting. There's a high school right here in a building. It's right next to where Daily Mail was pointing. I mean, that's about the only thing. I mean, now it's sort of... That seems like a possibility. That this building right here, this Polaris High School, might be it. Right there. They have classes inside a Sage and Plow? Really? Jesus. What kind of a class is that? So you're saying that that same school over there has classes in Sage and Plow here. Okay. That makes no sense at all. I'm sorry. That's just... where do you get that information from? Okay. That sounds crazy to me. The Petrovs said, though their daughter was always on her phone, including during their excursions to the ski slopes the Sunday before her disappearance, she has not been active on social media for the past 13 days, and she has not responded to messages. If she's in Las Vegas, it might be really dangerous, Nikolai Petrov said. Someone can abuse her. It's really bad. The people said they had spoken with Alisa within the past 6 months about talking online to strangers, including in places like Discord and Snapchat, and they instructed her to delete contacts she didn't know. The couple said they had spoken with Alisa within the past 6 months about talking online to strangers, including in places like Discord and Snapchat, and they instructed her to delete contacts she didn't know. They said they had checked her daughter's phone in the days prior to her it says appearance, you mean disappearance, and there was nothing to suggest she was going to run away. The family set up its own website for Alisa, and they pleaded Sunday afternoon for her safe return. I haven't seen this. That's all it is. If you see Alisa, please call South Jordan Police immediately. 801-840-4000. You can also call 911 and mention national case. That's going to be hard to remember out loud to say, hey, 911, I think it's M9, maybe it was 1-839-2300, or it's too long of a number. You got to do something different than that. Alisa, if you can see this, please know that we love you. We will always love you. We miss you. All your friends and our friends are very worried too. We all want you to come back home. You will not be in trouble for running away. We are not mad at you. We absolutely love you regardless of what happened, and you're welcome home anytime. Just so crazy that she just kind of just ran away. Alright, and then we're going to May 20th. Jesus, man. I think I need to take another one of my I think I had another cough drop in here somewhere. Jesus. Maybe not. Oh, don't have one. Must have already ate it. I think I have to go get one though. I think I'm going to start coughing a lot. So hold on. There we go. Don't you love that song, you guys? Okinawa. It doesn't say Okinawa. Come on. We've gone over that 1,000 times. Alright. Let's see. So this is the 20th, so like 8 days ago. Charges have been filed against 2 men in connection with the disappearance of 15-year-old Alisa Petrov. Now the police are making moves. Officials with the South Jordan Police Department said both men were in communication with Alisa Petrov before she left school on April 21st. Alisa was seen later that day on surveillance video exiting a UTA train in Provo before midnight. Her family told KUTV she spoke with people near the train platform about getting to Las Vegas. She never had behavior like this before, and it's very difficult to hear that the child never came to school, said Natalia Petrova, Alisa's aunt. Unfortunately, let's see. We didn't even find out about the fact that she wasn't in school until the parents went to pick her up. Yeah, we're going back over the case, Laney Carter. Didn't you hear me say that earlier? She never had behavior like this before, and it's very difficult to hear that the child, Alisa, never came to school, said Natalia Petrova, Alisa's aunt. Okay, we already did that. Police said the teen had attempted to meet individuals she met through multiple social media platforms. What troubles me is Alisa was talking to some strangers who lured her out of the house, Petrova said. Unfortunately, for this generation, there is far more access for the children to be in contact with predators. The men have been identified as Matthew Nokolis Menard of Miami, Florida, and William Taylor Glines, 37, of Texas. Yeah, I've been telling you the dates of the timeline the whole time. When we first heard about Texas, we were hopeful that they will find her there. But then the news came out that they just arrested individual and they didn't find Alisa. So we are back to square one. So it's crazy that she was like communicating with so many predators. South Jordan police said, and that's what makes me think that the predators were all part of the same group and were communicating with her. Remember how they said that sometimes they force girls to do stuff using Telegram? I bet you that's exactly what's happening in this case. Maybe she was forced to run away, or like threatened that the videos that she sent, the image she sent of herself, would be shared with the public. Every hour makes a big difference, and you don't have any time to waste. You have to stay on top of it because things are moving quickly. Let's see. He worked on numerous human trafficking cases over their career and said warrants, wiretaps, and getting into devices are key. But it is free now. Yeah. Yeah, they have specific servers out there that some of them are hidden. I did a whole show on that one time. It was regarding Telegram, and it was really specific how they did all this crap. It's crazy. Yeah, this is Daily Mail here. Blood-curdling update in hunt for 15-year-old Utah girl. Blood-curdling. 2 alleged pedophiles have been charged with luring a missing girl across the country for sex and soliciting nude photos. Alisa Petrov, 15, vanished after she was dropped off at her school in the town of American Fork, Utah, about 32 miles south of Salt Lake City, on April 21st. Instead of going to class, Alisa bought supplies at a nearby gas station, which was caught on CCTV This article's from the 21st. She got off the train in Provo, the end of the line, and asked multiple people to help her get to Las Vegas. So, man, I mean, you open up the opportunity, like if she got a ride with some weirdo. Alisa is believed to be
attempting to meet individuals she met online using multiple social media platforms and chat applications, South Jordan police said. Those men are allegedly Matthew Nicholas Menard, 35, from Miami, and William Taylor Glines, 37, from Texas City, Texas. Glines was charged with aggravated sexual exploitation of a minor, attempted aggravated exploitation of a minor, sexual exploitation of a minor, enticement of a minor, and criminal solicitation. He was also charged by police in Texas with possessing more than 50 child sexual abuse images or videos. Plus 9 view gallery. Alisa Petrov. Menard was charged with aggravated sexual exploitation of a minor, enticement of a minor, and criminal solicitation. Glines was arrested by the Texas City Police Department on May 8 and denied bail, but Menard is still at large. Both have lengthy histories of petty crimes, but no past child sex convictions. Alisa had her phone with her, but when South Jordan police searched the Petrov family home, they found an iPad hidden in a dresser. Inside, they found disturbing Instagram messages between Alisa and Menard going back to January 17th, most of which were sexual in nature. At one point, Menard asked the girl, "Are you secretly 15 LOL?" to which she responded, "Of course, yappers, I'm actually in middle school," police wrote in charging affidavits. Despite knowing how young she was, they continued to talk and the conversations are largely sexual in nature. Menard, over the course of several months, corresponded with the teen for the purpose of soliciting sex, sodomy, and child sex abuse material from the minor, it continued. Plus 9 view gallery. William Taylor Glines, 37, from Texas City, Texas. He discussed in graphic detail his intent to sexually abuse the child. He encouraged and engaged with the teen, all from the state of Florida, where all his substantial ties to the community and resources are. Eventually, the pair made plans to meet in Las Vegas, where Alisa told witnesses she was heading, and then...
So that's what's kind of weird is she wanted to go to Las Vegas, but didn't she know that the guy wasn't really from Las Vegas?
And go to his home in Miami. Matt tells the victim he will fly to Las Vegas for a business trip later in May, and she can lay low until he gets there, the warrant alleged. They then plan to fly to Los Angeles, CA, together for several days before ultimately going back to Miami, FL, where Matt lives. Local police contacted Menard, who they said admitted talking to Alisa on Instagram, and seized his phone. However, he was not arrested. Glines was identified through a tip from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children and arrested. Plus 9 view gallery. Alisa asked multiple people to help her get to Los. He allegedly started...
So that's what's so amazing about NCMEC. They're like, not just like, oh, a place to... They're actively in the investigation with the police.
Talking to Alisa on February 3rd, and at one point said he was double-checking that she was 14 or 15. Many other conversations detailed in charging documents included disturbing explicit sexual language and allegedly nude photos. Whether Alisa made it to Las Vegas and met either of the men is unclear, as is what happened to her after she was seen in Provo, Utah. Petrov's desperate family are offering a $20,000 reward for anyone with information on her whereabouts. They set up a website where they have desperately appealed to the teen. Alisa, if you can see this, please know that we love you. We will always love you. We miss you. All of your friends and our friends are very worried too, her parents Olga and Nikolai said. Plus 9 view gallery. Petrov's, we all want you to return. You will not get in trouble for running away. We are not mad at you. We absolutely love you regardless of what happened. We just want you to return back so that we all want you to return. You will not get in trouble.
By the way, is anybody here? I mean, see Rebecca 628 made that comment like 5 minutes ago, and there isn't any other comments below it. Yeah, no, that's reality. Wow, that's amazing. You guys are so interested in this. It's amazing. All right, let me go to this one. And don't say, oh, I'm just listening. Yeah, I mean, come on. Any other case you guys are rambling on over and over. All right, let's try the Yeah, there you go.
Olga, Nikolai Petrov did all they could to keep their daughter Alisa safe from dangers lurking in the shadows. They monitored her phone, checked all her messages, and taught the inquisitive and social teenager to be careful around strangers. But Alisa, who had never spent a night without her parents, has been missing for a month after suddenly running away from her home in Utah on April 21st. What her protective parents didn't know is the 15-year-old had dug an ancient, long-forgotten iPad out of a dusty box and hidden it in her dresser. Under their noses, two men allegedly slid into her Instagram messages and spent months grooming the child, their conversations growing more disturbing by the day. Olga told DailyMail.com the iPad was so well hidden that she...
I think those two people knew each other. I think all three of these guys are part of the same group.
And her husband missed it when they searched their house for clues after she didn't come home. The secret device was only found when police rummaged through the suburban home in American Fork, about 32 miles south of Salt Lake City. We regularly check her phone and there was nothing suspicious. Everything seemed to be normal, just classmates, neighbors, Olga said. We never thought she could be talking to strangers in this way. Plus 14 view gallery. Alisa Petrov. Olga said the device was about 8 years old, a first-generation iPad Pro they only kept because it had old family photos, and soon forgot they still owned. I didn't even know where that would be, probably in some boxes with old stuff. Nobody used it for many years now, and then for some reason she started to use it, she said. Sickening police files detailed how the alleged pedophiles slowly gained Alisa's trust and convinced her to send them nude photos and engage in perverted sexual fantasies. Eventually, one of them, identified by police as Matthew Nicholas Menard, 35, arranged to meet her in Las Vegas and then fly to his home in Miami, where he allegedly planned to do unspeakable acts. Alisa was dropped off at her school, Canyon Grove Academy, but instead of going to class, she bought supplies at a nearby gas station and convinced a man there to drive her to the local train station. She got off the train in Provo, the end of the line about 14 miles south of American Fork, and asked multiple people to help her get a bus ticket to Las Vegas. The teenager hasn't been seen since, and no one knows where she went, who she is with, or how much danger she is in. Police say they cannot guarantee that Alisa is still alive, but there was no indication that she's not, Olga said. They say they still have some leads, but we have no idea what kind of leads. They're not saying anything. Plus 14 view gallery. Olga, pictured with a young Alisa, said the iPad was so well hidden that she and her husband missed it when they searched their house for clues after she didn't come home. Plus 14 view gallery. Instead of going to class, Alisa went to a nearby convenience store and bought supplies, which was caught on CCTV, then got on a UTA train to Provo. Plus 14 view gallery. She was spotted on surveillance footage making a purchase at a local gas station before boarding a UTA train. The second man Alisa was talking to, identified by police as William Taylor Glines, 37, from Texas City, Texas, was arrested on May 8th and remains in custody. He does not have a lawyer listed. Menard has not been arrested. DailyMail.com has attempted to contact him for comment. Olga said police believe she never ended up meeting either of them, which is a great relief considering the graphic detail Menard allegedly shared in chats with Alisa of his intent to sexually abuse the child. The worried mother hoped Alisa was only staying away because, I would assume she's really embarrassed, and wasn't being held hostage. She said Alisa didn't have much money for a whole month, and it was below 40 some nights since she was gone, and she didn't have a coat. So somebody else is either helping her and we don't know who or where. I'm not suspecting the worst, she said. That means she's with somebody else and we don't know if it's a good person or a bad person. Olga hasn't seen a photo of Menard or thankfully read any of the disturbing conversations Alisa had with him, but saw Gliner's mugshot on the news. He looks quite bad. He looked like, maybe not criminal, but similar. He didn't look like he's a superstar, she said. Plus 14 view gallery. Plus 14 view gallery. William Taylor Glines, 37, from Texas City, Texas, allegedly had graphic...
I bet she meant supermodel.
...sexual conversations with Alisa before she ran away. Plus 14 view gallery. Matthew Nicholas Menard, 35, from Miami, was...
So this guy looks somewhat normal, right?
...charged with...
I mean, he's like a executive somewhere. What a loser.
...aggravated sexual exploitation of a minor, enticement of a minor, and... Olga believes the pair likely lied about their age and sent her fake or younger photos of themselves to lure her in. I don't believe that was her idea talking to those guys. I think they convinced her to keep talking to them, she said. She told them she is minor and they still proceeded with the nasty stuff, which is really gross. But Alisa was also very trusting of people and liked to strike up conversations with people in the park while hiking or on family holidays. She was always trying to meet people to talk to people. She was just trusting, and we cautioned her about it all the time to at least to be careful, she said. That's just how she is, and they took advantage of her. Olga said Alisa wanted to study forensics and was already doing some AP classes this semester before she went missing. Everything was really good, but those guys messed everything up, she said. Glines was charged with aggravated sexual exploitation of a minor, attempted aggravated exploitation of a minor, sexual exploitation of a minor, enticement of a minor, and criminal solicitation. He was also charged by police in Texas with possessing more than 50 child sexual abuse images or videos, plus 14-view gallery. Alisa wanted to study forensics and was already doing some AP. Menard was charged with aggravated sexual exploitation of a minor, enticement of a minor, and criminal solicitation. Both have lengthy histories of petty crimes, but no past child sex convictions. Police detailed in affidavits the disturbing messages between Alisa and Menard going back to January 17th, most of which were sexual in nature. At one point, Menard asked the girl, "Are you secretly 15 LOL?" to which she...
I thought we already read that part. I'll go to the next one.
Harriman, Utah. A 41-year-old Harriman man was allegedly in contact with a teenage South Jordan girl before...
This is the 27th, so this is new.
...she disappeared last month, according to a search warrant served this week.
This is number 3.
15-year-old Alisa Petrov was last seen by her family on the morning of April 21st when she left her American Fork school. She was seen later that day at a UTA train station in Provo, where she asked for help getting to Las Vegas. During a search of a secret iPad found hidden by Petrov in her home, detectives found an online conversation with an account named Samich, which was later connected to the man. Messages between Petrov and the man were exchanged approximately 8 days before she went missing. Watch. Father of missing Utah teen pleads for her safe return. 2 men from out of state charged. Father of missing Utah teen pleads for her safe watch.
It's been 4 weeks now.
Alisa Petrov was last seen at a train station. Matthew Menard from Miami and William Glines from Texas City are facing multiple charges, including aggravated sexual exploitation of a minor, enticement. Both communities. She is trying. They haven't.
Call the police. I would really appreciate if somebody can actually do that.
Alisa's family is pleading for her to come home.
Alisa.
Okay.
Harriman, Utah. A 41-year-old Harriman man was allegedly in contact with a teenage South Jordan girl before she disappeared last month, according to a search warrant served this week. 15-year-old Alisa Petrov was last seen by her family on the morning of April 21st when she left her American Fork school. She was seen later that day at a UTA train station in Provo, where she asked for help getting to Las Vegas. During a search of a secret iPad found hidden by Petrov in her home, detectives found an online conversation with an account named Samich, which was later connected to the man. Messages between Petrov and the man were exchanged approximately 8 days before she went missing. According to the warrant, Petrov asked the man to kidnap her and provided him with locations where she was going to be. Petrov referred to him as daddy multiple times, the documents show, and that conversations between the two were sexual in nature. As the two spoke via the Discord app, they bring up couples twister and sex monopoly. Despite the sexual conversations, no child sex abuse material CSAM was found on either Petrov or the man's accounts, the warrant states. The two had planned to meet up before the man became sick, with final contact coming from Petrov on April 19th when she said, "I'm running away, please don't contact me." The man has not been arrested. The two had planned to meet.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about that? So that means this third person, she's not even wanting to meet up with this person. But I thought she said, so yesterday it sounded like it was different than that. I don't know.
Meet up before the man became sick, with final contact coming from Petrov on April 19th when she said, "I'm running away, please don't contact me." The man has not been arrested and currently faces no charges. However, the warrant states, there is probable cause that there is evidence of enticement of a minor and exploitation of a minor on this phone. Copyright 2025 Scripps Media Inc. All rights reserved.
All right, so let's go to this one. Oh, it's a different, I think it's a different article. Alright, let's see. Third man from Harriman now connected to the case.
South Jordan. A third man is now under investigation in the case of missing 15-year-old Alisa Petrov, according to a newly unsealed search warrant obtained by KSL. The warrant details disturbing communications between the teen and a 41-year-old Harriman man. As of this publication date, KSL TV is not naming the man because he had not been criminally charged on Wednesday. However, the warrant outlines probable cause for the search of his home and phone, citing evidence of potential crimes, including enticement of a minor and exploitation of a minor. According to the affidavit, South Jordan police discovered the man's identity through messages found on Petrov's iPad, which was located in her bedroom after she was reported missing on April 21st. The final message from Alisa to the man was sent on April 19th at 12:34 a.m. It read, "I'm running away. Please don't contact me." The warrant also reveals that the man and Alisa had multiple video calls. She also shared her Snapchat username with him. Investigators believe some messages may have been deleted. Authorities traced the Discord account to an IP address in West Jordan and linked it to the 41-year-old man through a phone number he shared in the chat. A photo from the Discord account matched the man's Utah DMV photo. South Jordan police said they couldn't comment on their investigation into the Harriman man, but said their search for Alisa Petrov remains very active. This is the third man tied to Alisa's disappearance.
That's just crazy. My God. So that's kind of where we're at now, isn't it? Let me, I'm going to go use this other site that I have over here. So let's put some of these, this guy, Matthew Maynard. I'm going to just put like, his email, I think. Respond to that last. I don't know. Yeah, we don't have the answer. Come on. Jesus. I think it's just easier to type it in. So I'm putting this guy's phone number in there. It's got Telegram right out of the gate, you guys. Look at that. See that? Telegram. Can you believe that? Telegram, Cash App. You know, not that Cash App is but these guys use that. WhatsApp. So this guy, the person who Matthew Maynard. This is Gines. This is Maynard right here. This guy. He had the Telegram account. And then what's interesting is that phone shows the location of being in Illinois somewhere. This is in Utah, so he's right over here. That phone, so he's probably not even in Miami. God, what the hell was he doing? I don't even know about this guy. Well, let's just see what his address is. No, he does live in Fort Lauderdale. So that's interesting. And then let's see if put another phone number in there. The next one. Let's see what the other phone number says. 2007 to 2018. Yep, got the right last name in there. And this time it's in like Tennessee. I wonder wonder if he's using like VPNs all over the place, so that the online, like, it shows that he's somewhere else. But I think your phone would still ping off of a tower, so I don't think that works. This one has WhatsApp, you know. Can't do another one. Yeah, he's a tech guy. I'm using his phone numbers. And he's got 6 email addresses. So the other phone number has WhatsApp, a call app, that's about it. Let's see, does he have a Facebook? Well, he's got usernames, so we could try those. Here, let's see. I got this software that I'm using over here, this website. I'm not gonna put it out there. Yeah, that one's username presence. Username Matthew Menard 1474587 has a presence on the below platforms. Guess what? I mean, it's all of them, man. Instagram, Facebook, Reddit, Telegram, TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, and Twitter. But like Instagram, Telegram, Reddit, Snapchat, that's where a lot of predators hang out, especially places like Reddit. You know, even if they're not sexual predators, they're predators on people. You know, they're just absolute nutjob stalkers. You know what I mean? That's crazy though, right? So let's see. That was one of the usernames. Let's see the other username. There's like 5 of them. Let's see. We also have Matt Menard, you know, all like a whole bunch of them. Matt Menard. Probably not a lot of Matt Menards. Well, let me just click on it. What does been verified say? That one also has Instagram, Telegram, TikTok, Snapchat. You know, so this guy's using all kinds of different names. You know, you'd think you'd use a like a pseudonym, though, wouldn't you? And Matt Maynard on this one also uses Instagram, Reddit, Telegram, TikTok, Snapchat. Oh. If you're Telegram, you cannot contact him right away. Ah, you have to send him a message. Let's forget that. Oh, that's, yeah, I've learned lately that there's just so many. So then his other username has Instagram, Reddit, Telegram, TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter. Well, one of them says invalid. So it says Reddit is available and YouTube. What about YouTube? So you got a YouTube channel? Oh, that one is, the page isn't available, of course. Let me go back to the other ones. I think there might have been a YouTube on that. YouTube available. That one is unavailable. How about the first one we did? YouTube, and that one is unavailable. Okay, let's go to the one we haven't done yet. YouTube is unavailable. Alright, so his emails are, let's see, drain, or, oh, it's backwards. Matt. Yeah, so it's actually backwards. Drain him, something, you know, it's a whole backwards thing. I'm going to just do that. So it's actually, let's see, Matt Maynard backwards. That's what his username is on Yahoo. So let's try that. Dranham at Yahoo. Okay, this one has Google Maps, Google Fit, Pandora, Cash App, Skype. That's what predators use, that one. And there's PayPal. There's some sort of Nike account. So he has these work one, personal one. Let me try the personal one from AOL. Let's see. Yeah, what's going on with Utah, man? Probably what it is you have all these, you know, because of like the, you know, like in the Mormon religion, it's so strict oftentimes. Maybe some of these girls are like, you know, trying to seek something out where they might not have been that way if it had been more freedom for them. Something like that. Do you think that's possible? Yeah, we've shown them all there. I just showed you the pictures. I don't know if he has. Yeah, I haven't seen any profile pictures or anything. I mean, I wonder if they chose like Utah because of that. It's like you. God, man. I hate having the cough all the time. Sucks. I don't know if they're Mormons, so that would be irrelevant in this case if that's what the deal is. But I could imagine, you know, some of them wanting to. They feel sort of like they can't do anything, so they want to talk to people, and then one day they just get up the nerve and they get out of there, something like that. Don't know. I mean, you know, but like I think I've met a lot of Mormons, and they're the nicest people in the world. I'm just saying it's pretty strict sometimes at home, so you never know. Yeah, it didn't really have any. This email had TikTok, but it's interesting. The phone numbers all had like Instagram. I mean, it had Instagram and Telegram. That's the main one. Yeah, it could happen everywhere. I'm just saying that, you know, if you have a place where it's all like that, you probably have a better chance of finding. Who? Oh, I'm sure, yeah. With his face out there, he'll just go, "That wasn't me." Yeah, it's weird. He didn't have any images of himself. He probably knows not to do that. These other predators out there, they don't care. Like Stephen Stearns, he was kind of stupid. Well, let's check the other guys now. But man, you guys, this is probably one of the longest massive lulls we've ever had on the show. Except, hey, thanks, Christine A. on PayPal. Let's see. I think I'll put you in the notebook world. There we go. Alright, so the first one, man, then Samuel. Yeah, remember how he had that crazy middle name, you guys? That guy? That looked like it was totally done for, like, sexual reasons. There's Lady Carter. There, thank you. I was doing a search now for Samuel Mitchell. He's got WhatsApp. Not sure where it goes after that. Probably. I'm actually looking these numbers up, letting you guys know what's on them. He's got 15 emails. That's when you know somebody's up to something. I mean, who the hell has 15 different email accounts? That's crazy. And it says, you know, one of the, you know what the first email is on this guy? Classy glam girl. Okay, so you're using that as your lure, like the Emily Ann account that Keegan Kline was using, right? Alright, I'm gonna try this supercharged version. Man. Now this is a different one I'm on now. I'm not on the same one that had the AOL. Not saying he doesn't have one though. Huh, that was about it. What's his usernames? Social media. Alright, let's see what his usernames have. Yeah, so his username, sam.mitchell, has Telegram. I mean, really? What a shock. It's got Telegram, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, etc. See, his YouTube is private also. Huh. Let me try his other username. Oh, YouTube is available again. Oh, it's not working. Let me try this Sammy Boy one that he's got, Hotmail. Yeah, who the hell uses that one? Let's try that. Yep, chess.com, you know. That one's, I think that one's used sometimes. Believe it or not. So he's got Skype, chess.com, Instagram, that's about it. Okay, let me try this other Y-mail, whatever the hell that is. Yeah, AOL, yeah. Parents use AOL. You know, older people use that one. I mean, how do you still have an AOL account? All right, let me just try a little bit on the last guy. William Glines. Got him too. Which guy? The last guy? I haven't really gone onto their court records. I mean, on Glines or the other guy? Yeah, Glines has assault, causes bodily injury, family violence, theft of property, resisting arrest, criminal trespassing. This is the last person she communicated with. Theft Class C, theft 50 to 500, theft 50 to 500, DWI, substance something, evading arrest, DWI. And it goes on and on and on. It's like, I think it would take like the entire redwood forest to print out the pages on this guy. So his username, I bet you're just going to have Telegram. The username Taylor has a presence on the below platforms indicated by taken label. Oh, so maybe those other ones didn't have that. This one has Instagram. Click through to view the public profiles on that platform. Although it says available. So I don't know if you're... Yeah, no, it's not really right what they're saying. The username Taylor has a presence on the below platforms indicated by a taken label. Click. So there's taken, then it says available. Oh, I see. Like the username's available. I see. I mean, you got to realize these people probably get more and more sophisticated on their end over the years too, and not getting caught. So I think he does have a Facebook page. Is it going to load up? Oh, there he is. Hold on. Which one is Glines on here? William Glines. Yeah. Sort of looks like that guy. Huh. It goes to William Taylor Gray, Grey. I don't know if that's the same person, but that's what the link on his been verified goes to. There's 2 Facebooks. Yeah, it's weird. The actual URL says Glines, W Glines, but then he has the last, puts Gray as Grey, the last name. And there's only one post from 2014. Strangely. Hey, he has a MySpace. Who the hell uses that? Let's see, the username, W Glines. That one has Facebook and Snapchat and YouTube. So he does have a YouTube channel, but no videos. But that's, you know, he definitely has, those are some of the key child predator sites. Predators of all kinds hang out on Reddit. Let's see, you've got now, so Snapchat and YouTube and Facebook have that username, but Snapchat, there you go. I mean, that's exactly what they use all the time. Well, I guess there's more digging around to do. But anyways, don't want to take up too much more time on here. Not sure how long I've been on here. 3 hours and some odd minutes. So there you go. I think that's a good time to call it a night. But I hope you guys found tonight interesting. I want to thank Leon Littlejohn and Cheryl Moran for, and everybody else that supported the channel. Without them, we would have been easily the worst night that we've had the entire month and probably the last month combined. So I want to say thank you. And let's do the let's see, we had Linda Howell, Allie Cake, Only Chevys, Deidre Gambrel, Lad B73, Mamasaurus Bear, gifted a membership. Then we had Valerie, then Don't Be a Dumpster Fire. I think that's who was that again? I can't remember. Ozzy Trisha or something. And then Allie Cake, Whaley, Awesome, Mike Weber, Deidre Gambrel, Kami, Natalie, J Love, and then we had Leon Littlejohn gifted 10, then Donna gifted 1, then Leon Littlejohn gifted 5, then Cheryl Moran with a double cat eye donation, then Allie Cake, and then Leon Littlejohn again, then Zozo, 63 months, then Leon Littlejohn again, Mrs. W, never knew, and thanks for all of you who've been around for so long. And Sandy Shirley, then I gifted 5, then Cheryl Moran with another double cat eye, then Leon Littlejohn gifted 5 again. Yeah, so it's like, let's see. And then we had Jessica Shoebox, 65 months, Amy Lemoyne, Lainey Carter, and Maga Mama right at the end there. Thank you. Appreciate that. All right. Well, another successful night on paper. But, man, this would have been a tough one tonight. Would have been a tough one. Let's see. Yeah, so we got a bunch of, we got Idaho4 thoughts in there tonight. We got, let's see, Xavier Harrelson, and then Alisa Petrov. We all know about those cases now. So whenever there's updates on at least the two, the missing person and the one that's, he was killed, which is Harrelson. Hopefully there's an answer soon. They seem like they're on the trail. Yep, I'll keep you updated. Like, oh, jeez. I wish I could have been on it earlier, but anyways, I want to thank everybody for being here, and thanks for everybody who was able to help support the channel as well. But, again, special thanks to Cheryl Moran and Leon Littlejohn. We're getting close to the end of the month, so it's hard to, I want to be able, the end of this month, I think I'm going to give most of the money to, maybe I'll give a little bit to Nick Mech, and then the rest is going to go, well, let's see, shit. Well, maybe we'll do, this month we'll just do like 500 or something to our scholarship fund that we're still building up, and then I'll send the rest to our DNA fund, because now we're going to be trying to include some of the victims of Herb Baumeister. All right, so we gotta do that. That's how we make the biggest difference. Hey, thanks for the well wishes. It feels like I'm shedding whatever I had, but you know how that's the part that's the worst physically, where you're just like, when you're sick and then after your body's just getting rid of the virus and everything, your nose is stuffy. I feel better, Hey, thanks, Forgetful Mandy. Heck, where were you guys earlier? Would have had more energy. Anyways, thank you. Appreciate it. Lots of fluid and rest, Maga Mama said. All right. That sucks, because I was just starting to get into a good walking distance routine thing where I just kind of put my headphones on and walk up and down these hills. That's pretty tough. I have these hills where I live where it's like a 30-degree incline where you're just like up. So, we'll see. Let's see. Oh yeah, and also I forgot about I mentioned the coffee stuff, right? Looks like Leon Littlejohn sent me a coffee too. Then we've got Shayna. And then it just says someone, doesn't have a name. And then Lisa Valenzuela. And then we got the PayPal from Christine. But something to think about, you guys, in the Idaho case is think about, what if the DoorDash driver, and I'm basing this on, speculating on the lack of video of the DoorDash driver, but what if the DoorDash driver stays in the parking lot for 3 minutes or so, 4 minutes, and then passes Koberger in the white Elantra as it's leaving, and therefore, or some similarity really close to the time frame. And so whoever gave Dateline didn't give them that information because they don't want to divulge the DoorDash and when he was leaving and stuff. And so that's why that's not been released by anybody. And it's also why it wasn't in Dateline. It was the only, out of all the clips, the only thing missing was the 404 and 50 seconds time frame where it comes into the King Road area again. And then we never get the video of the DoorDash driver. So it's just something to, keep an eye on. I don't think it's like any more likely than it not, but it just sort of like it's just as likely that it was there at 4:25 or so when it was leaving. Okay, but I'm just saying, if you put that in your mind and you just sort of think about that, is that the reason that the DoorDash driver just dropped off the food, got in the car, and then didn't just drive away really quick? Maybe was texting, responding to texts for a couple minutes, and then he pulls away. Or he just sat there for a minute, somebody else, another order, and he's kind of fiddling with that or whatever. We don't know, but it is sort of interesting, right? To think that, okay, there's no DoorDash video that's ever been released, because I think that is something that even the FBI was like, okay, we can't release that. And then they didn't release the video, the one clip. We had it all. We had the car coming in at 3:30. We had the car coming in at 3:39. We had the car coming in at 3:58 or 3:57-ish. We had it coming in. And then we had the vehicle showing up on the 1330 Linda Lane camera at 4:05 something, doing its 3-point turn, but not when it came in to the King Road residence. So that clip is missing. And then you have it again when it does its 3-point turn to come back around, back behind 500 Queen Road again. So the only clip that's missing is when it enters at 4:05. So you sort of wonder, then, is that where it overlaps with the DoorDash driver, and is that why they're not saying that? They're not, that's why they're not showing it, because that's something they deemed they don't want that out there. The FBI or whoever did the leaking. And then that also explains, by the way, that when he passed the DoorDash driver leaving, because he comes in now, he's driving in, and there's this DoorDash guy, he's pulling out, and then after he passes him, he goes back behind 500 Queen Road and goes, let me go check what's going on. Then he turns around and drives back, slowly looking up at the house, and doesn't see anything that really freaks him out or anything. So then he does his 3-point turn, and then he drives back around, and it's go time. So there you go. Isn't that interesting? Because it matches the stuff that was happening. Because why did he do the 3-point turn? I'm just throwing it out. I want you guys to know exactly what I'm saying instead of just, yeah, that sounds great, whatever, Yeah, let's see if let me hit that. Turn off this whole thing. So right here, when the vehicle comes in at 4:04 something, maybe the DoorDash, 4:04:50-ish, the DoorDash is leaving at that point. And that's why when the Elantra came in, it went over here, and then it does a 3-point turn back here, comes back to check to see what the hell was happening. Because the house was right there. This is, if I move it back, there it is. Drove this direction, and he checked, and then he didn't see anything, so then he did a 3-point turn, and then he's ready to go. But that DoorDash driver had just left there and taken off. Wouldn't that be interesting if that is what that is? Be interesting. It'll be cool to see a trial if that's what happened. You never know, though. I don't think 359 flat is accurate, though. If it is accurate, then he definitely passed him as well inside this facility here. 100%. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm just me, Justin Moto. That's it, man. I'm just me. Sometimes I get really frustrated. It's just what it is. I can't really, just like people with ADHD, they just do what they do, or, You know, they're a certain way. I'm just the way I am, or just the way people with ADD or ADHD or like this and that. I just, you know, maybe I have Tourette's syndrome. Who the hell knows, right? I just say what I think. But anyways, thanks everybody for being here tonight. We will see you guys tomorrow. All right? That's right. I'm in a protected class now, Justin. I wish everybody would quit making fun of me. You guys are so mean. All right. Anyways, thanks everybody. See you guys later. And as I always say, let's see, how do we do this? Oh yeah, until next time, be safe out there. Hey, what I really want, why didn't you tell us where? I know. I should have told you guys I was a government agent. You guys see my, go check out my community post if you haven't seen it. These people are crazy. You know what's amazing? Is I'll say, listen, I'm not a federal agent. What the hell are you guys talking about? You guys are crazy. And then they'll say, prove it. Well, how do you prove something like that? What do? I have to show my tax returns, my whole life, so that you can not believe that? Well, the thing is what I like about it, though, when these people say this kind of shit, they said it the same thing in the Kanika Jenkins case. Because when you're onto something and you're totally right, they hate it. They want to be able to sell the conspiracies, and they can't stand it when there's somebody in their way that puts out the facts, and they get really frustrated by it. So the thing is when they claim these things about me, what I love about it is that I have the ability to know for certain that they are lunatics, right? Because I actually know the reality. So I'm in a unique position. Like, you guys can't even be like me. I mean, obviously, you know I don't work for the government. But, like, I know, I'm me, right? So I actually know for certain that that's not what I'm doing. So when I hear them say that, I am in a unique position to know that they are absolute lunatics. And it's amazing. But when you tell them that, they go, oh, that, and it's like, I just laugh all the way home, man. Because I know they're crazy people. And the fact that anybody would sort of believe it for them, like their whole community of people think that I'm some, DC agent. Don't you find that crazy? I'm a DC agent, you guys. And this is what they hire me for, everybody. They hire me out for all the cases. And I go out and I sell the government narrative. Even though I've had many cases where I didn't agree with the prosecution at all, but they never followed any of those ones. So I just go out there and I take all the probable cause documents and just kind of sell the narrative, and I get a check. I gotta make a spoof video. You guys, I gotta do one where I'm just sitting there, just like it's really dark. I'm almost like anonymous, where it's my voice, and maybe I apply. I would love to see this. Whatever the testing one. Hey, Rod, hey, wow. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Hey, Gray! Hi, yes, I work for the government. Yes, I do. My name is Grant Hughes. I work for the government. I've been working for the government for years. In fact, they pay me big chunks of money. That's why every night on my show I have to ask for support from the people watching, because the government gives me so much money.
Yeah, that makes a hell of a lot of sense, doesn't it? Like, why the hell am I always saying, hey, if you guys can support the channel, I'd appreciate it, instead of just taking that huge check? I need to. I'm going to do it. Yeah, you guys, I feel bad. I've got to come clean. I've been working for the CIA, the FBI, all the DC agents, for years now. In fact, nobody's ever been guilty in their lives on any cases that have ever been out there. I've just sold a narrative that the government put out to make sure that these nobodies, these absolute lackeys, got put in jail for years. These people believe it. They believe this crap. Hey, look at Curly Lock Diva. Just gifted a membership. All right. I didn't see who got it, but Amanda. There you go. I'll have to take time to write it. I'll put it where I'm in a dark setting, you know. Maybe there's just everything's dark except one light on my face. You know, like there's no light at all except for that light. And I tell people the truth, man. That I've always known Koberger was innocent. But to save an individual... No, I'm not going to do that. But to... I've always known he was innocent. But to pin it on Brent Kopacka, I had to find somebody that was a lackey. And thank God that they found DNA of some other person on the knife sheath. And then I was able to... Oh yeah, I can wear a fedora. Yeah. Yeah, maybe a cigar. Now a fedora smokes cigarettes, right? You guys are hilarious. A slow swinging light bulb. Cha cha. Let's see, what music should I put in there? Let's see, would it be this one? No, not that one. This one. Nah, it's not really sure. It's more of an investigative... Gray Hughes. No, I'm not gonna do it that way. I might just have to be like, I don't know, man. Make it 10 minutes long. I'm coming clean, you guys. You're right, man. I'm a DC agent. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, the smoking man from X-Files. That guy was awesome. X-Files was probably one of the best shows ever. I wish that was back on again. Like, just start over with just different people and do the same thing. It was awesome. Man, that was good stuff. Although it got kind of old, where Scully, yeah, like was still skeptical after seeing about 72 monsters and 57 aliens. She's still, I don't know, you know. Yeah, that's pretty good. I also like that show Grimm. Do you guys ever watch that? I heard that they were thinking of coming back with that, right? Is that true, or... see. Yes, Grimm is returning, but not as a continuation on the original series. Peacock is developing a feature-length reboot of the fantasy cop drama that aired on NBC from 2011 to 2017. The reboot will be a movie, not a TV series. Ah, that sucks. And will be overseen by the original showrunner, David Greenwalt and Jim Koof. Well, that's stupid. put a series back out there, man. That was awesome. Oh yeah, yeah. That one's the creepiest one there ever was. Jessica. Yeah, remember that? They go into that little wood cabin, and underneath the bed with the mother in there with no arms and stuff, and the kids would have like, yeah, it was just. I mean, that one's almost. I'm not sure how that made it on television, but it was a great episode because it was so creepy. It was. That one was nuts, man. Yeah, the guy in the vent one. That guy's a good actor, that guy. I remember that one creature that was in the sewer. It had like, it looked like had a circular mouth, like a lamprey. That one was nuts. But you know what show was the original X-Files though? See if any older people remember. Come on, you guys. What was the original X-Files? But it wasn't called X-Files. And then as soon as I say it, you'll remember unless somebody guesses it. I'll give you 20 seconds. I'll give a notebook out to anybody. No, not that one. I'll give a notebook out in the next 30 seconds. If you can guess it. Twilight Zone was not, I don't know, sort of like that, but not. This other one's almost exactly. Nope. Oh, at least that's not the one that I'm thinking of. You do too. You guys will remember this. All right, your 30 seconds is up. All right, it's called Coal Shack. Oh, wait, Justin got. Okay, I'm gonna have to give it to. Okay, you cheated. Forget it then. You're not doing it. It was Coal Shack, the Night Stalker. So you cheated, so forget it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you don't win. All right, but anyways, Coal Shack, the Night Stalker. Go check if you guys can find old episodes. It's awesome, man. Really great actor. He was even on a couple. He was on an X-Files episode as an homage to him. Well, they didn't really get it. They looked it up, Cheryl. So anyways, yeah, Coal Shack, the Night Stalker was, yeah, like he was a reporter, photographer, and he would go around and there was all these just crazy, like there's this headless horseman on one of them, you know. He'd investigate these deaths. It was all just nutty, just always supernatural, crazy stuff. Well, I'll send you a notebook, Justin, if you feel like, although it was after the 30 seconds, so that plus the fact that you looked it up kind of threw you out. Forget it. That's right, he wore a fedora. That's right, don't forget that. He wore a fedora. Yeah, he cheated. Yeah, I don't deserve anything. That's funny. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to take off. Thanks for the chit-chat at the end there. We'll see you guys tomorrow. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there.
Yeah, I've been doing this true crime.
Hey, I didn't destroy the stream this time.
And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a crime dissector, drug rejector. I'm a certified human lie detector.
I'm gonna get you. Man, try and play. Yeah, he's awesome, man. He was on X-Files one time. Right, Grant?
Yeah, he was on X-Files. I said that. Crime collector.
reconnector, and I'm always gonna be a protector.
Hey, you have a cold too, Mary Lou?
I do have a cold, Gray. I got it from you, you bastard.
We'll all respect ya.
Jesus,
just
call me
remember
bastard?
I fucking check ya. I have no agenda. I'm a pretender, and I'll serve it to you straight without the blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody. Talk to you.
Yeah, go check out Mike Weber's articles. Do the theme song from Get Smart. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, see you guys.